NUFC TV.
Welcome to the live watch-along of Crystal Palace versus Newcastle United. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff. You've got myself, the Geordie Yam Yam, and the mighty Wayne himself on the side of me as, obviously, I suppose you could put as the fabulous twosome. You know, it's like Batman and Robin, or you could say it's probably not that good. But anyway, we'll do our best. We've got it all set up. Chris has been giving us a massive hand in the background. So thanks ever so much for the boss man doing his job while he's on holiday. And we have really some interesting, an interesting lineup. But before we go into the lineups and get your value on what you think, because I've even seen in the chat now, this is how bad it gets, isn't it? Right? We've been crying out for the lineup for weeks and weeks and weeks. We get the lineup we want, and then there's still people out there that still aren't happy because now they're saying that Isak will be on his own. So again, let's do the housework and let's get into the nitty gritty. Welcome to everybody watching across the platforms. Thanks to all the mods work in the background. They do an amazing job and don't get a lot of thanks for it, but they are amazing. Don't forget to hit that like button for us. Just help us get further as a channel to other worldwide mags. Subscribe, it's totally free. If you want to see future videos, then if you hit the bell, you'll get a notification for every upload that we do. We do a lot of live content. We also do the odd recorded ones. So as soon as we upload a video, whether it's becoming live or not, you will get a notification. So again, hit that bell for us. If you want to support us and help us grow, then you can become a member. It's a small monthly fee. That will give you behind the scenes video. We do again 3 or 4 a week, just to give just the members only stuff. And again, we also do giveaways at the end of each month. We throw a prize out there to one lucky viewer. It could be an early Christmas present. You don't know. Again, have a look at our webpage. It's NUFCtalk.tv. Again, that's updated as quick as often as we can. As long as we've got the right source. We don't just put anything out there. As long as we've got the content, then we'll put it in. It's totally ad-free. Do it for the love of the job. If you've got a question for me or Win about the lineup, about the game, if you've got your thoughts on the setup, then throw a cue in front of it. Me and Win will do our best just to have a look at it. But again, if you want to guarantee your message read out, use your $sign, throw us a super chat, and then that'll guarantee your message read out. Dead easy to do, just follow the instructions. Anybody that becomes a member today, or anybody that wants to gift memberships to any of the Viewerland, that will be highlighted and thanked as we go on. So, the mighty, how are you this fine Saturday afternoon? An hour before kickoff. Well, I say 55 minutes before kickoff. Hoping we can get everything that we need to get on the system of play. But you know, it's like everything else, isn't it? You've got to take the rough with the smooth, I suppose. And for a long
we've got
time
everything that everybody's been clamouring for.
Yeah, we have.
We've got Tonali and for Longstaff, so let's just hope that they produce the goods.
Yeah, well, that's what I was just saying. You know, I've been, as soon as these dropped, because they dropped literally on 45, 15 minutes ago. So it was a case of, it was all out there, you know, Tonali in for Lungi, and then all of a sudden, out come the people that are a little bit negative. Well, that, you know what that means, don't you? Well, there's going to be, Isak's going to be isolated, and there's nobody going to be supporting Isak. And you know, at the end of the day, what we've seen with Willock involved, and you know for a fact that what will happen, or what I intend. What my intentions are, if I was going to throw him that way, Willock stays on the left because we know he can't play right side of midfield. The only person I haven't really seen him much of on the right-hand side is Bruno. We've seen Tonali out there, didn't really work. Against Chelsea, Tonali looks superb as that 6, as that one who's just in that, you know, pick-up land and controls the tempo of the game. Bruno, we know we can do box-to-box, but I haven't seen enough of it since he's been this, you know, number 6, this captain. It seems as though it's taken the freedom of the game away from him being captain. It's like a lot of responsibility. I can't go forward now and join into the attack. I'm going to be the one that sits back and tries to sort out any loose balls. Just hasn't happened for him this season, has it?
I'm just saying it hasn't happened. He hasn't been playing badly. He just the one thing we know he hasn't got is super pace. So he's when he does join in on the attacks, his recovery speed is not brilliant. But I think it's I hope they've been working and training and deciding who's going to do what. That's the key. The key.
That's the key.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
we've got the lineup that we want, but who is going to do what?
Yeah, it's typical, isn't it? We were saying earlier about
Because bear in mind, everybody was full of praise for Tonali in the first game, the Villa game, the first game he played. When he got for it, scored one, made one, should have probably had another, because he was getting into the box then. And now we're saying, yeah, well, we want him in the team, but or do we want Bruno to play as the six?
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? Because it's the only game, if you're looking at facts, it's the only game Newcastle have won with Tonali in the starting lineup. And that was the first game against Villa. We haven't actually won a game post that. So not only was it his first game that we won, it was also his only goal, which is a crazy thing when you come to think about it, isn't it? You put it into play. And to think that you've got that stat against you, it just proves that somewhere something just isn't right. We just don't seem to have the balance when Tonali's playing. It's like we go too conservative in the middle and not allow freedom of play. Now, obviously, we've said before, the biggest problem with Tonali, he hasn't had the players around him to support his runs and everything else. But when you go back and look at the game against Brighton, where obviously he got dropped, we did get a lot of the ball. We did get a lot of play, but he didn't play one ball forward during that game. And that was obviously his downfall because we were behind to a breakaway goal. And we just never looked like scoring that game, even though we dominated. Because of the way he played, it was quite negative. It was always sideward balls or backward balls and nothing progressive. Obviously, he got replaced by Lungi, and again, we didn't go on to get anything out of the game at all. But that seems to have been to his detriment, if you like. That one game alone seems to be in his downfall because since then, obviously, he's not been in the team, and he's come on as a sub. And again, not really set the world alight. Had an amazing game against Chelsea in the cup.
Did well when he came on against Forest. To be fair.
Well, I mean, everybody said that. He did well, and he run the channels. But I mean,
everybody was putting the Forest victory down to the fact that Tonali and Barnes came on, and they should both be starting and all this.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I gave plaudits to Barnes that day because it was him that tackled the ball to get the deflection, and that's where obviously Bruno played the ball up to Tonali. Tonali went on to feed J7 from Isaac, and then we did change the game. It did change the game, but I can't say, if I'm honest with it, I think it was Forest over committing players, and that was probably our fault last season. So yeah, there's a lot of issues. Let's have a quick look then. I'm just going to put it up on the screen on this side and see what we've got. We've got the start. This is Crystal Palace's starting lineup. So again, it's typical us, isn't it? Eze's been missing from this team for some time, for some weeks now. And we was talking in the preview that they'd got him down as a 50-50. And obviously me and Jamie were having a bit of a laugh. And I said, well, I'll tell you what, let's start the bartering. I say 75. But Jamie was having none of it. And there you go. They were hiding. He's definitely in the lineup. So, number 1, we've got Henderson. 12. Number 12, we've got Munoz. 27, we've got Chalobah, Lacroix, Guéhi. So there's your back line with obviously Munoz and Mitchell playing as wing backs. Again, they're going to be playing as a 5 at the back, going into a 4 in midfield, because the one thing with these guys is they with their system. We'll have a quick look at that in a second. With the system that they play, is they have lots of overloads. There's lots of legs in both Munoz and Mitchell down on the width there that can create so many overloads. And we put that stat up with their wing backs compared to our fullbacks, and it was chalk and cheese. There was massive amounts of wing play, crosses, assists compared to our boys, and that's something that our boys have got to learn. Going into the middle of the park, you've got Lerma and Hughes, and then up front, just beyond them, you'll have Eze on the left-hand side, Mateta up top with Sarr going on the right-hand side. So you made a comment just at the start of when we were having a chat, and you said that this is a strong side, and you were more than happy with their forward line. Your thoughts still the same?
Well, against Wolves, their last game, they played 3-4-2-1.
Yeah.
But that was without Eze. So now it looks to me as though they're going more with a 3-5-1 almost, 3-2-5-1, if you like, because you've got Eze and Sarr both play on the wings, and Munoz and Mitchell both play on the wings.
Yeah.
So if I'm Eddie Howe, I'm looking at that, and I'm saying, if we can control the centre of the pitch, we can then put the balls through that Isaac likes to run onto, because they are going to be stretched. They are going to be, with that lineup to me, that says that they're going to be, trying up the wings all the time.
Yeah.
So,
well,
you would think it's almost ideal for a Bruno Tonali double pivot in the middle.
Yeah.
And albeit we're then relying on Tino and Hall to have good games.
Yeah.
Because the way I'm looking at that lineup, they are going to be overloaded.
Well, that's it. It's congestion, and it's how you play with congestion. Now, when you've not got players that are technical, what you're hoping for is just to spoil. So they come to spoil the middle of the park. They'll huff and they'll puff, and then it's about what they do and how they get that ball up to the front men, and it'll be about runners, it'll be players in and behind, and you'll probably find that like the likes of Hughes will just sit off. Will just sit off into the half space and allow runners in front of him. But again, not technically gifted. It's all about spoilers, and it's like for us, we've got two really good ball players in the middle of the park, and to me, it's what they do. It's not what Crystal Palace do. It's what we do to control that ball. And like I say, I don't mind which way it goes. Even though I probably sounded very negative when I was talking about Tonali before, I wasn't. For me, when I was playing, one of the things that I remember from the coaching side of things was, retention of the ball. If you keep the ball, the opposition can't score, and even if it means you go one step backwards to make two forward, do it to retain the ball. So I understand that part of the game. I understand it well. What I hope doesn't happen is we take too many risks in the middle of the park, because, as you say, if they do decide to overload with the likes of Mitchell and Munoz moving in to the middle, and one of the front three dropping in to create that massive overload, I think what you could get then is the negative effect of our midfield. We know Willock will push on because he's the one that's there to break lines. He's the one there that'll try and pull the defenders out the way. He's the one that'll sit in behind to drop their line back hopefully, or just walk out the line as then not involved in the game for the likes of Isaac then to run in. It's been a very positive way to bring Willock into this team. the thing that I want to see now is how we get Tonali in. So, as that is said, let's have a quick look at the Newcastle team. And we have Newcastle line up as everybody expected and everybody wanted. We've got Nick Pope, number 22, Fabian Schär, number 5. We've got number 7 is Joe Linton, number 8 Tonali, 10 Gordon, 14 Isak, 20 Hall, 21 Livramento, 28 Willock, 33 Dan Burn, and obviously Bruno Guimaraes at number 39, wearing the captain's armband as again. A decent bench as well, as you keep saying. You know, we've got Dubs, Trips, Wilson, Barnes, Asula, Jacob Murphy, Kelly, Almiron, and Longstaff. You know, you've got a lot of experience on the bench. Again, we know that Miley played in the under-21s who beat Crystal Palace 1-0 last night, and by all accounts having the read-up of the game. I couldn't watch it live for whatever reason.
No, I can't remember that. That was weird, that not being able to get that last night.
Yeah, but they've moved up to I think 5th or 6th in the league. Yeah, with 5 points behind top. So they've had a massive turnaround. Under-18s, unfortunately, haven't had such a massive turnaround, but they've done okay. Now, I went on board and had a look, like we were saying, about how these guys are going to set up, and this is virtually as is written the way I've put it down. May not be what people expect it to be, but I find, you know, with Tonali sat in the middle, Bruno out on the right hand side. We know the back four of us. Willock's going to be the player that moves into these positions in the half space to support Isak. I'm hoping Isak will then move over towards Gordon. We know Gordon and J7 will like to create the width, so they should be hugging touchline to allow, obviously, space inside for Livramento and Lewis Hall to play into these half spaces inside left and inside right position. And you were saying before about Crystal Palace, how Crystal Palace are going to set up. Now, I more or less think that this is how they'll set up, because we know Mitchell likes to bomb down the line, and you'll have these lads. We know Mateta is just going to be muscle and hustle, and he's just going to be behind, trying to get as much onto the ball as we can. There's a little bit of technical play with these guys up front. There's a little bit of speed. But I think the players that we're going to have to try and stop the creation is the likes of Mitchell and Munoz going forward. They don't really move from a 3 at the back. Sometimes you'll get Gaye that'll just step in and play just in the deep role here, with Lacroix and Chalobah just sitting off, with Hughes and Lerma then just sitting in front of the, again, a solid 5 at times, knowing full well that they've got 5 full-on attackers. So you think they're going to be more of a 5 in midfield?
Yeah, I think they'll they will play the 3 at the back, but I think Ezzy's going to be more on the wing, and I think Sar's going to be more on the wing. It's literally going to be I can't see Ezzy or Sar playing in that inside forward position. You know, they both like to go up the wings. Unfortunately, you can't see my cursor here on your graphic. But yeah, I think they are definitely going to be up the wing, slinging over from Mateta's muscle, as you say.
Yeah.
To do a proper centre forwards job. You know, that's what his game is.
You see, that for me, the way these guys have got.
But I don't think he's that good.
Mitchell. No, he's not. Right. Okay. Well, he's not massive.
He had his Miggy spell.
He had his purple patch.
Purple patch last season, but I think that over exaggerated just how good he was in that centre forward position.
Yeah. I do. Like I say, I like the setup of this and the way they play, because, like I say, wherever Mitchell goes, they've got a solid 5 at the back. a solid forward in midfield. Again, I'm not really overly rating Lerma and Hughes to a degree. I think there's much better out there. But, you know, when Mitchell and Munoz play in this unit where they step up the line, and as you can see, you know, Gay, Hughes, Eze, Mitchell, they go in banks of four going left and right. They'll try and get like we do when we do our little triangles. They'll try and play the likes of Munoz with Sarr down the channels, and then it's just a whip ball in. And every time I've seen Crystal Palace play, even though it's been quite a how can I put it? It's been they've been unlucky at times. They haven't been able to do a lot up front, even though they have been pushing the ball into the places that they should have better delivery from, and they should have created a lot more than they have. Sitting 19th for me for this team isn't what I expected. It's a bit of a shock, and as I said on Thursday, I'm surprised that this lad has still got a job. When you think of the likes of Cooper getting a sack.
Well, I think he's probably got a job on the back of the finish to last season.
Yeah.
But what gives me hope today, particularly, is that lineup there that he's put out is a very attacking lineup. That doesn't shout low block to me at all.
No. But again, it's still. This is where you're reliant on your width, because what you want is if they don't hug that line and they come in, it becomes very narrow and it's 1v1 at times. So what we want is for the likes of Munoz and Mitchell to be pulled back and not attack as much, because then there's a lot of space for Eze and Sarr to jump back into. And we both know that Eze isn't great for coming back and helping out in his back line. And like I said, I've never been a massive fan of Eze, even though I know he's an international now and he's looked at as an international. I still have my critics and criticism of Eze's work rate for his team. So it'll be an interesting one for him to come back.
Have a look at a couple of the comments so far, Gary.
Yeah, that's yours.
Ben from over the pond. I'm worried for this one. Palace looked pretty nice last weekend, to be fair. They did indeed. And they've got Eze back. I think it's a brilliant lineup. That's why I'm predicting 2-1, says Bia.
Yay.
Good, thanks. I'm going for 2-0 this week. Got it wrong way round against West Ham. And Trolls, Tonali did have the betting thing over his head last season, which is probably responsible for why he didn't score any goals.
Which is what we all said, you know.
Yeah.
I think we've got to stop giving excuses to these guys. You know, yes, you can make it what it was for last season with his betting thing, but what excuses have we had this season? Because, like I say, he's had really atrocious games this season. So, especially when he goes on, and that's the annoying thing. He plays atrocious for us, gets subbed, and then goes away for Italy and plays out of his skin and gets man of the match. And you start asking yourself,
yeah, but of course people argue that that's the way he's being played and told to play. And
yeah, of course.
I'm happy with the team today. I really want to see some progress between Bruno and Tonali. And if they can click, then I presume that's click instead of clock, then we're in good shape. Can't stand Glasner, he's a right clown. Interesting beer.
Yeah. He certainly did well for them last season.
If Palace go first, which is totally possible, expect the low block again. We've conceded 8 times now. First this season. Nathan. If Howes loses today, he will undoubtedly be under the pump ahead of the January window. Yep. We know that. It's all about results. If Willisula comes on, he's going to tear into Gee. We need a run of the games from the start to get up to speed. He's had 2 starts. That says it all. Trull's referring to Mr. Tonali. Well, he's getting his chance today. This is the lineup that everybody's been shouting out for. And I want I want to get 3 points today and get those stats coming down from Mr. Longstaff.
Absolutely. And I was just having a quick look at Crystal Palace's substitutions with Matt Turner in goal, Joel Ward, Eddie Nketiah, Jeffrey Schlupp, Nathaniel Klein, Chris Richards, Cheikh Doucouré, Justin Devaney. He's the young lad that's obviously in and out the side. He scored last week. And Caleb Pora, who is their number 58 in the shortlist. So lots on there to see.
As Ben Arthur saying, I wouldn't say he's been atrocious, but he's been bare minimal with glimpses of technical play. Truth be told, this could still be seen as Tonali's first season in English football.
That's also true.
Well,
it is.
That is true, aye. But he certainly hasn't pulled any trees up.
No. I mean, it's like I said, you have got to have a run.
You can't, just watching him, you can see that he's a footballer. You know, he's a
But I think that's what's frustrating, isn't it? You know, when he's played away without Bruno by the side of him and he's had, you know, Willock and Longstaff when we played Chelsea, he looked a world beater. He looked absolutely dominant.
I'm trying to think which the game was. He played, it was at home, so might even have been Arsenal. Could it have been Arsenal? He played a double 1-2 down the right wing. And I'm trying to think who it was. What was it with Gordon? Was Gordon on the right then? Might have been.
He was.
A double 1-2, and we made like 50 yards in 3 seconds.
Yeah. You can certainly see he's got it.
There's times I've seen him with Bruno when he's been with Bruno in the middle. He's played to Bruno, made the run, and doesn't get the ball back. You know, Bruno's sort of doing his pirouette and looking round, and that's what we need to capitalise on. His football brain. Because we certainly haven't done that to date. Because even that 5-1 against Aston Villa, if you remember, they could have been a couple up before we scored.
Yeah.
And then Mings got carried off, which made a big difference to them as well. So
there's been a couple of different things, though, hasn't there? When you look at it, it's like I said, we've had. I wouldn't say we've been mediocre at best in certain games, where we just haven't looked. We haven't looked as though we've worked together for a few seasons now. And I think sometimes you can look at that and you can question whether it's Eddie, you can question whether it's just the lads just not understanding what's asked for. There's a number of different things. So I look at it now and I say to myself, if I can go out there and individually I can give it my all, I can play with a little bit of freedom, and surely now, if what I expect is for Bruno to play right-sided in the Longstaff position, we should be able to see Bruno now break lines, get in and behind, and do the best he can. Here comes my dog coming for the fuss. I apologise if you hear any strange noises. He always comes and gives me a cheer.
A winning game where he scored and assisted. Hopefully that is today. Come on, Tonali.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to see that today. Love to see a Tonali hat-trick.
Don Tonali in the lineup. Feeling good about 2-0 to Town. Whoa. Well, hang on. If Harpal's predicting 2-0, all is well in the world, dear.
Absolutely.
Mate.
What's going on here?
Mr. Miserable. Wow, wee.
So that's an interesting one, Harpal.
It's in there. Top man, all good. Got rid of the kids. Now I'm free for Newcastle to ruin my weekend once more. That's more like the Harpal that we all know and love.
That's what we know. I haven't got time to play with you.
to be honest, the performances have come on with how, but the lads are not being clinical. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I think we'll make chances, but really and truly, how is sure you can switch up after the start of a season? What's this? Are you sure there was noises coming from the mighty old wind? No, they're coming from his dog. Is it a dog or a bitch?
It's a dog.
It's a dog.
It may as well be a bitch though, because he's had his natters off. So
Praying to every god and saint in Italy that Tonali's man of the match and we never see Longstaff again. And Lee, welcome Lee. We've been pressing all the wrong buttons in the final third for way too long now. We throw away so much energy and effort with rubbish in the final third. Yep, can't disagree with a word of that. Bets on the subs. Isaac and Tonali on 67 minutes. For Isaac and Longstaff, Barnes and Tripp 17 to 80.
interesting.
Well, put it this way, if those substitutes are required, then what it means is that this starting lineup hasn't worked.
No, it's true.
And that's the worrying thing about that statement. You know,
That's true.
This, for me, looking at the 2-11s, it's by no means a walkover, but we have definitely got the stronger 11 of the two. So there isn't any logical reason why we should get beat. You know, you can give them the crowd for the 12th man, so you can argue, you know, as I always say, any away draw in the Prem's a good point. But if we have serious ambitions of getting into the top four, these are the games we should be winning.
Absolutely. And if you could do us a massive favour, just at this point, we've got 25 minutes before kickoff or 27 minutes before kickoff. If you could just give us that thumbs up, share it if you want. Feel free.
Yeah, come on. We've got 200 on all platforms, and we've got at them. Well, I don't know what we've got at the minute. Let's have a look.
Well, like I say, just if you can, just do it now, and it'll just make it so much easier.
We've only got 30 likes. How guys, man?
30 likes.
Jump off the 32. Come on, keep coming.
Keep it coming.
Just come out the chat for 30. Well, not even 30 seconds. 10 seconds. Promise you'll not miss out. We'll shut our mouths.
Yeah, exactly.
And
that's easier said than done for me, though, buddy.
We'll start talking again when we get to 50 likes.
Right. It's going to be a bit boring if you do that. You know that you are going to be sat here for a very long time if that happens. Right. Let's see where we're at. Anybody know how many supporters have been?
How many tickets were allocated?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll get 2,000.
Was it 2,000? Was it?
It was 100 and it dropped to. I think it dropped to 102 points.
Right. Yeah. Right. Okay. It's not many, but I bet you they'll be heard like always with the lads.
They will be heard. God bless them.
Yeah.
And all who sail in them. Come on, we're up to 44. Come on.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Hit the lights, folks. Hit the lights.
Yeah, I was going to have that as my backdrop today, but
Ronnie's saying, I'll give you a thumbs up if you do my 2-0 tune win in the draw. I'm not easily bribed. Certainly not by a thumbs up. Ooh, who said that, Doctor?
Oh, indeed. Just having a quick look if there's anything today that I'm...
Oh, don't do that, Stephen. I already pressed the like, but I've hit it again for you. No, because that undoes the like.
Yeah.
You can't hit it twice.
Yeah, you don't double it.
you undo your leg if you hit it again. Just make sure you've got it if you've got a dark screen, make sure your thumbs up is white, and if you've got a light screen, make sure your thumbs up's black. None of those were euphemisms.
Have you got? Did you read anything about this Mark Lawrence thing?
No.
Have you heard anything about Mark Lawrence? Yeah, somebody was. I'd say that somebody was having a bit of a
well, wait a minute. I could be getting totally confused. Yeah, I saw I got a couple of flashes of Mark Lawrence, but then there was a photograph, and I thought to myself, well, that's not Mark Lawrence. And so Mark Lawrence and Mark Lawrence are two. So who is Mark Lawrence in that case? Because I didn't bother looking at it. Says that's bollocks. That because that's not Mark Lawrence.
Is the old Liverpool?
No, that's Mark Lawrence.
Yeah, that's all one about Mark Lawrence.
Right.
That's who's been making. Who's been saying, having played 15 matches so far this season, 8 wins, 3 draws, and 4 defeats. A win at Selhurst Park is a massive boost. But Mark Lawrence has come out and said Newcastle lost to West Ham and Crystal Palace drew with Aston Villa last time. I fancied Newcastle to bounce back here, though, right? So he's got us down as a 2-1, the same as us. So for me, nothing negative in that. It's just him making a comment on, I think what people have done is they've looked at, Crystal Palace getting a draw against Aston Villa. And that's no mean feat, to be fair. But obviously, we all said that Villa will be struggling this season, especially as the season goes on with Champions League football. It's a bit different format this season, so it's probably a little bit easy. But it was saying about, I think what they'd done was they'd read that part and all of a sudden dismissed the rest, if that makes any sense, because it looked like he was going to say, this ain't going to be a walk in the park for Newcastle. But in actual fact, he's gone the other way. He's saying that Newcastle will have a really good chance of bouncing back from the defeat against West Ham. He says the form in the 3 games are really good indeed. Eddie Howe said we've first ever against West Ham. So he's just reiterating what Eddie Howe said. Newcastle.
Well, I still think the best we've played all season was against Brighton. We got out, but that was the best football for 90 minutes continuous. We were just battering them, but just couldn't finish. Well, didn't I?
Yeah, we just didn't support in the box. It was when you watch it back, it's so easy now to see the reasons. It didn't matter how many chances we got. There wasn't a lot of players getting into that box to allow us to get the ball into the box early, things like that. It was such a weird watch. Again, having all the ball, but having all the ball in that pendulum, going left to right, right to left, all in front of the defenders. So a bit of a strange one. Yeah, but he's just saying, he thinks that this is one for Newcastle. So I don't know where the negativity came from for that one, because it didn't really require it. I haven't seen a lot of news apart from, obviously, there's some talk about us going certain names in the January window. But again, if you go back to where we were before, we're playing against Gahey, and isn't it going to be Newcastle all over if this lad comes out and gets a man of the match performance against us? We've looked at him in the summer. It just didn't happen. It didn't materialise. It was nowhere near the money that people were sounding out. But it would be just typical for him, even though he's again, we go to last year and he was put on his bottom by Longstaff last year. So people will always look back at that and go, what? So yeah, it is going to be an interesting one. 19 minutes before kickoff. So I've seen a couple of lads looking sharpish in the warm ups and stuff like that. And they were, like I say, I'd seen the team turn up. There was I could have told you who was in the squad, but I couldn't tell you. I couldn't have told you the lineup at 2:00. But It was ridiculous. Sorry, at 1 o'clock, but it wasn't to be. Anything that looking at this team, do you think Glasner is turning a corner with this team, or do you think this team's under pressure and Glasner should be, himself sitting in 19th position
Listen, I think
after 12
the
games?
job he did last season is going to stand him in good stead. Apart from the fact that if you look at the managerial situation at the minute, if you're talking about sacking a manager, who are you going to get to replace him? Now, to me, that should never be an. If you think a manager's not up to the job, who you're going to replace him with should be irrelevant. If you think he's not doing the job, you get rid of him. Simple as. But there isn't a lot out there at the minute. You'd be talking the old managerial roundabout. You know, the way Leicester have done, the way Nottingham did, the way Wolves keep doing. And that's the area around which Crystal Palace are circling at the minute. So, are they going to be able to, can they do a Brighton and find, these gems on the beach, diamonds on the beach? Unlikely, I would have thought.
Well, absolutely. Is there anything else in the chat that we can see?
Again, going back to last season, I couldn't believe the results Palace were getting. Hitting 4s and 5s at will, beating Liverpool at Anfield. They were just out of this world. But that was with Elise, and it makes you wonder just how much Elise had to do with those performances. And of course, we were after him, weren't we?
Beer saying, have we done the prediction league this week? We have, but obviously you've still got chance if anybody's outstanding. I don't know
if anybody wants to change their
if you want to change it, you've got literally 18 minutes to do so.
In fact, let me have a quick look here. Predictions. See if Chris has updated. Oh, he hasn't. Right, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's what I say. Get it.
Right, if you can
get it sorted,
because I know there's more than that in. Right, about half that.
Thanks, Boki. Not seen you before, Boki09. Afternoon, Gary, and Mighty Win. Great comments.
Where are we?
The bench with the best has ever seen since 1912, says Stephen Harker. Adnan Ali, good afternoon. Steve Beer, he's going 2-1 with Tonali and Isak scoring. Trolls, he's going a 3-4-3. Ooh, Trolls. That's for Palace, obviously. Bruno will be in the centre. So he's still thinking. So Beer's still thinking Bruno will have the 6. And Tonali will have the 8 in. I think it's going to be the other way around. I think.
Right, here we go. Sean. House. 2-1-2.
Afternoon, gents. I'm happy with the team today. I really want to see progress between Bruno and Tonali.
Andy Bell 3-2-2.
Yeah. If Ao loses today, he will undoubtedly be under pressure, says Nathan, 888. If Willie Asula comes on, he's going to tear into Gaye, says Demetrius.
Ben 1-1.
And we don't
George
just
Eaton,
need 3 points, we
2-1-2.
need a convincing performance. Now, that was an interesting one. Did you see my comment yesterday? When I was in the chat, going on what Nathan's saying there. Do you look at the performance, or do you just want the results? Because
listen, the bottom line is the results.
Yeah,
I've said this for years. People say that the reason Newcastle have failed is because the fans demand entertaining football, da-di-da-di-da, and they'd rather get beat 4-3 than win 1-0. Utter bollocks. Give me a shitty game every week that we win 1-0, and I will be the happiest bunny in town.
But I do think it a lot of it has to come hand in hand, though, doesn't it? You know, I mean, I'm sure people, Brighton fans, won't be really looking at the way Brighton won the game against us. It's just the win, isn't it? But it was an interesting conversation that Postecoglou had with the press after his 2-2 draw against Roma. It was really strange when he was asked, "Do you prefer the win or is it the way you play?" And he said, like, you know,
that was Ange, yeah.
Yeah, it was a strange one, that his reply, because he wants the performance week in, week out, because you've always got a chance of winning a game, even if sometimes you come away with a loss. And people will always say that they played better when they come to our place at St James's Park and with a better team, and we come out with a 2-1 win. But you know, it is what it is. Our polls are doing a lot. Demetrius.
I'm just having a little giggle here now, you know.
Why?
Everybody doom and gloom after the Palace game. Everybody doom and gloom. Cheat fell 2-1 just 2 seconds like it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And yet we have, and these are all Toon wins. What were you, Gary? 2-1.
Yeah, that was 2-1, mate. Yeah, that was before I saw the lineup as well. By the way,
Chris was 2-1 as well.
Ron's saying 2-0 to the Toon. He doesn't think we're going to concede. It'll be an interesting one, mate. If we don't, if we get to that point where we
did I see Niall in the chat there?
I haven't seen Niall. Has Niall not put his in? I'm sure he was in the chat, wasn't he?
I'm sure he was. Has Bjerveiken just put his in?
I'm sure.
At the minute, I'm missing Niall, Bia, antagonising Geordie.
I haven't seen AG in the chat at all, so I don't know where.
Ronald Turnbull, he just put it in there before, didn't he?
Yeah, 2-0. He has. 2-0.
2-0, yeah.
And I haven't seen anything for Niall, to be fair.
Oh, wait a minute. Ulfa gave us his.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Let's have a look.
So let's make sure that's up and running before we go to the finale.
3-2 kickoff. Paul Trolls, we haven't got yours.
He has put it in, hasn't he? I'm sure I've seen it. Andy Bell says 3-2 Newcastle.
Yeah, I've got that.
Sean Watson says 2-1 Toon.
Yeah, got Hells in.
You got Ben's.
Yeah.
RGF.
Yes, I've got RGF. I've got all those latest ones. Roy, DX, Steve McAlaa, Amrit, Jamie, Elias, Ian Fleming, Steve Rocketoon, Geordie Toon for Life, Mighty Mag, Gary, Josh, Philly, Chris, Harry, Key, RGF, George Eaton, Queen of Hearts.
Yeah, you've got all them then in.
Ben and Levi, Andy and Sean. So I've got all of those. So I'm missing Trulls, Foxy. Is Foxy in?
I haven't seen. Let's have a look at what.
Trulls, Foxy, antagonising Geordie, Bjerveiken.
Oh, yeah, it says 2-1 Toon. JK says 2-1 Toon. I'm just going to go and have a look. And I did have a 5-0 win, but think it'll be 2-0.
So Ant, can you message Ant and get his antagonising Geordie?
He's for some unknown reason he's not read my last one, so I don't know whether he's changed his number, but I will give him another text just to make sure.
And I was sure Niall Powell was 2-1 Toon.
Yeah.
Niall the Annihilator.
Well, I'm sure that's what was in the previous ones. I'm sure of it. He said that, but I haven't seen it in today's. So if you've got a message going out to him, hey Betsy, Buenos dias. Espero que estés bien. Hope you're well.
I hope you are well.
Yeah.
Wait, where am I
You've
here?
got that monitor on the ceiling, Win. Going to do your neck in, mate. It says Harpal. Looking up to the gods.
Right, that's what I'm looking up to, all right.
Bear says that's a mirror on Win's ceiling. Mm. I haven't seen anything else come in, mate, regarding. Yeah, Ron's saying still 2-0, even though he was going to go out there with a 5. He's sticking to the 2.
Right, well,
Right then, I think we are 8 minutes in, and we are on the verge of the match, and we are going to be all gearing up now for the watch along. So interesting. So if anybody hasn't had chance to do their predictions, you ain't got long left, guys. So do your best to get it in, and we are going to move over now for the finale part. Oh, Queenie's messaged AJ. And like I say, I've messaged him the other day, but there was no he hasn't seen that message, so I don't know whether he's on the same number or what, or whether he's just busy. But again, let's move over now to that part where we are on the build up to the match. We'll take a short break and we'll see you in a
it's
second.
the final countdown.
Countdown.
Da-da-da-down, da-da-da.
But it is so good. I don't know why you've gone up there. You seem to be in the background, but not quite in the background. It's like, let me just see if I can. There you go. It was a bit of a woohoo going on there. Woohoo. So yeah, we are literally 6 minutes from hit the likes win.
Oh,
There you go, Queenie. Thank you very much, my darling, with that super chat. Hit the likes, team. Do us all a favour and get them likes in. Don't forget, Win. You've got to put the private in the editor, so you can do that. It's there, ready to go.
Yeah, but it's not. No picture.
There's nothing on there at the minute, is there? So Chris is going to sort that out in a second.
Right.
So obviously we've got we're going to have as we come on, you can see the lineup scrolling there. You should have all of your suppose your texts and your thoughts coming up at the bottom of the page, just down here. So again, you can see everybody's chat. As I keep going with that, we'll do our best to mention a lot more as we go on. We've got 5-minute countdown.
Troll's still waiting for your score, mate.
Yeah, come and give us your score, and we'll go from there. So I am just literally going to start moving mine out the way now and get into the match day feel, and hopefully we get the result that we all require. So it's going to be an interesting one. Good luck, everybody. Give it some welly, says
Sit
Lee.
back, strap up.
Indeed. Thank you, Queenie, for your £5 gift. And Mighty Mag, what an angel, says Mighty Mag to Queenie. Betty thanks Queenie. And Chris, live watch along. Come on, guys, let's do this. And we are on the countdown. 4 minutes. I still haven't seen anything come up on the private match yet.
No, I'll refresh. No, that's a live match, sorry. No, that's it. Still, can you see me?
Yeah, I could. Well, I can't see anything on on that part, but there's just literally it just says offline. So there is nothing on there. So I'm hoping Chris is in the background and he can have a look at that because it doesn't seem as though anything's coming through there. So as a backup, I am going to put my TV on. So I mean, obviously everybody's still doing the Thanksgiving time and festivities.
What are you watching it on, incidentally, Gary? On Ghost.
Yeah.
And where? Because my EPL Newcastle and Palace streams are not.
Oh, not on here, Win.
Private chat.
I'll text you in a second. I'm just seeing the boys come out onto the field, so I'm just going to have a quick look at where we are. Hopefully, Chris can sort that middle section out. We are going to be way behind everybody else if that's the case. And when Chris puts the screen up with the clock on, we will be behind that as well. So you're just going to have to bear with us for a second, guys. Yeah. It looks packed. It looks busy down there at Selhurst Park. Lots of flags going on. And
how are the lads?
How are the lads? Right, let's just give you
Oh, I sorted.
You done?
Yeah, got one.
Cool.
And at the minute we've got
This is coming in the background. He's going to sort out our screen anyway. So looking at the Crystal Palace team, it is exactly as we thought. Dean Henderson in goal, Shalabar and Lacroix and Gahey across the three at the back, which is, again, it's Gahey playing left of the three in midfield. You've got Munoz, will use Lama and Mitchell as the three, but again, you'll play wing backs and you've got Sarr, Mateta and Eze up on there. So well done. So thank you, Betsy. She just put a thing in saying that Chris is going to sort it, so don't worry. I've lost Win now. So again, Matt Turner, Ward, and Ketia, Schlupp, Klein on the bench. So again, you've got some names on the bench, which are good players. Again, these playing in 19th isn't the best I would have thought they would have offered, but it is what it is. And you can only do what you can do. So the Newcastle team, as we've said, is as is. Just going to try and see where they're lining up, and then we'll go from there. But like I say, until I get the feed from Chris, and America seems to be on time over there, I will be a little bit delayed, I would have thought. So bear with me, and please, no spoilers in the crowd. If you can, let's just try and go with the flow. I think everywhere I can see now is kicking off, apart from my screen, because like I say, I am delayed a little bit behind you guys. So looks a little bit on the hazy side down in London. It was very warm here in and around Warwickshire today. So it's been quite a warm day this morning. I was very impressed when I went outside earlier. So it must be perfect conditions, because obviously it's usually a degree or two warmer down there. But again, as always at this time of year, there's a lot of glove wearers.
There's that cattle shed in the background.
Yeah, the cattle shed's there. And we're off. Crystal Palace straight away go down and get to the left-hand side, and a little bit of link-up play between Munoz and Eze straight away. But again, we've got a tackle in from Gordon. It's gone out for a throw-in. Newcastle kicking right to left, playing in the white strip, the white and green And just trying to settle down. It looks like Gordon wants to get on with it, but he's left it now for Tino. So Tino through the throw in, just on the halfway line into Isaac's feet, and Gordon just does a little bit black flick to Tino, and then it's passed it centrally towards Burns, and then out to Hall. Hall clips it over the top for a runner. J7 looks to get in behind. He's running towards the box. He gets a left foot on it, gets a cross into the box. It's come out to Tino, about 20 yards out. He swings it square to Tino. Tino wants some help down the wing. Gordon offers him nothing, but Tino goes on his own. He's drifting towards that byline. Little dink to the back post. And now, that was really well played by Tino. Tremendous football that was. Ball comes out, and it comes back to towards Dan Barn. Byrne plays it to Hall, who quickly plays it into central to Shaw. And again, Newcastle just keeping hold of the ball, just calming everything down. And the ball comes all the way back now, and just trying to bring Crystal Palace, who again, they've got those two banks, ball over the top there for J7 again to try and run onto. Not quite a good ball from Fabian Shaw that time. But yeah, some really lovely play in from Newcastle from the start. Lovely ball over from J7, and some really effective running from Tino to get to the byline. And unfortunately, J7 trying to get on the end of it. It was just headed clear by Crystal Palace. Good start. Really impressive. So, Eze on the ball, being jockey by Gordon, and that's a really awful ball by well used to Eze. That is impossible to try and control. Right then, so it looks like we have got a screen
We're up and running.
Yeah, we're about 20 seconds behind in front of me. So let's go on to this screen so I can see where we are. So apologies if we are just behind you guys. Thank you so much, Chris, and the guys over the pond for getting that up and running for us. Like I say, we'll be concentrating on the game. So apologies. It's and again, I'm going to apologise before I go any further if I say some names that are wrong, because even though we've got a live feed, because of where it's coming from, it's not a clearest picture. So you're going to bear with me. Lewis Hall plays it square to Fabian Shaw. Shaw across to Tino. Tino again looking for support. He goes long for Anthony Gordon. Good control, Anthony Gordon. He tries a little dink inside for the run of Isaac, but again, it's Fabian Shaw has felled Mateta on the halfway line. It looked a bit harsh, didn't it? To be fair,
that was a soft free kick. That
very harsh. Not sure that was what I would have given, but hey ho. So free kick to Crystal Palace. We're just on 4 minutes on the halfway line. Gay passes it square to Lacroix. Out to Chalaba. Chalaba then goes crossfield to try and pick out Munoz, but again it was Mitchell. Great interception. Oh, that was a lovely through ball from Bruno. Well done, Tonali, for tracking back.
Tonali as well.
Superb. Yeah, it looks like Tonali is playing in that 6 with Bruno playing in the Longstaff role. That was a little bit too easy, Willock.
Oh, where's Eze on a run?
Yeah, that was a little bit of a slap in the face there from J7. It's J7 now. Will use trying to attack. He comes outside and he comes back inside and he plays the ball. I got to say, it was like one of them balls that you into the right direction, but nothing on the pace wise for it to get through to Gordon. So
that ball that he just missed through to Isaac before.
Yeah.
That goes down on this in stats as a lost possession. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yet, if that it doesn't go down as an assist or a potential assist sort of thing.
No, exactly. Again, a lot of huff and puff by Crystal Palace. They've got a little opportunity open up there for them. Mateta tried to feed in, but luckily for Newcastle, it was blocked by Dan Byrne. And again, Isaac's got a smack on the knee. Willock's gone down straight away as well. Looks like Willock's got an issue. He's pointing at the inside of whether it's boot or as what happened there, but it looks like he's looking towards the bench anyway. I don't know what's happened there with Willock, to be fair, but it looks like there was two knees colliding together there for. Oh,
No, that
it was
was
a
a
kick on
kick.
the knee. Yeah, kick on the kneecap. Not nice.
That was a kick, that,
Yeah. Oh, J7's down as well. Bloody hell! What's happening here? Has somebody got a sniper
I
rifle
was
out?
going to say there's a sniper in the crowd.
Jesus. Willock's still looking. He's still looking towards the bench. I'm not sure what's happened here. Waiting for the physio to come on, and they're radiating through straight away. And it looks he's going to the back of his heel. Oh, not looking good. This guy's looks like 6 minutes in, and the curse of Willock's Achilles tendon may have come back to haunt him, because all of a sudden they're all looking at across to the bench.
Well, he's walking all right.
He's walking. Seems to be walking okay. It looks like he's just got a new boot to try, something like that. Maybe he's got a rip at the back of his boot. I'm not sure. He's changing his boots anyway to see if this gives him a little bit more. So maybe not as bad as I first thought. So fingers crossed. Anyway, Munoz with a throw in on the halfway line. Back to Chalobah into the middle to Lacroix. He runs into the halfway line. Chalobah. Cross to Munoz. Back into Hughes. Will Hughes tries to diagonal ball to bring Munoz in. And again, it's a strange. See how straight away they've got three players in the box. They look for Munoz to do that overlap. So he does. These guys do a hell of a lot of work down that line when they build up play, and it's like all the time they always end up with three players in and around that penalty area. So even if they have a poor cross in and it's half cleared by the opposition, they always have that extra body that can pick up that second ball. So it's going to be one to watch this. Pope goes long from the goal kick. And he's trying to isolate Isaac, but it's again off his head by Lacroix. Or just a little bit of misunderstanding there from
Tino
Isaac.
should have attacked.
Yeah. Ball in behind there, but a good defensive block by Shaw. And then we've got Gordon gets a foul given to him from Lerma. So it's one of them. It's a strange game to actually work out, because there's a couple of miscommunications. Willock and J7 have interchanged positions on the left-hand side as normal, which is what they do. Yeah, one come in, one goes out. And then the trouble is, by doing that, is the Horse tried to put a ball into the feet of J7, and J7 was looking for the ball over the top. So, again, a bit of miscommunication. Yeah, Isaac down the line now to Gordon to run onto.
No, come on, Gordon.
He's jockey from Gay, and Gordon stands him up, and that's a poor pass. Lerma intercepts the pass. He goes long towards Mateta, but Byrne, he's just standing him up, pushes him wide. Mateta again going towards the corner flag. He gets the cross in, and on the back post. There you go. Popey in the air, like a salmon out the stream. Cleans up.
That was Dan Byrne doing a job at right back.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. When these guys are pushing on, this is where you've got to be switched on a little bit. So well done. So again, Tonali sitting as a 6 out to Bruno now, who should have a little bit more freedom to play. Again, he was looking for runners, but I don't know whether it was good defensive work unit or a lack of runners for Newcastle. Ball didn't go over the top. We're into the 10th minute. Again, we've started well, started bright. It's not been, it's not been a bad start, but Isaac.
Hells has shown Hells has, why don't you have a clock run for sync reasons? Well, the problem we've got right at the minute is that the clock we're showing on screen is now 35 seconds behind what we're actually watching. So if you want to sync to the clock on the screen, in other words, to what we are watching, you need to add 35.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't look at the clock. The clock is an automated thing that comes on from another source that just updates the score
score.
line, if you like. So it's a case of you'll hear us go up and do the, if there is a chance
But at
of
least we're
celebrating.
in front of the clock at the minute,
Exactly.
so
Last week we were behind the clock.
at least we won't see the score coming up before we've seen the goal.
Yeah, exactly. Eze, just on the halfway line, he plays the ball out to Shalaba to Munoz. Again, it's just being pressed by J7. And again, they're very narrow when they play this system. Like I say, it creates a little bit of congestion and passing lanes. And Lewis
Big
Hall
Dan
just
again
gets
doing the job.
gets the nod down from Byrne, who again just plays the way he's facing, passes it all the way back to Popey.
Shea again taking so
Taking
long.
so long for looking for that
You know,
glory ball.
that could have been there 3 seconds ago.
Yeah,
before they've had a chance to set.
Well, everybody just walks into space then, don't they? They're just walking into space. And again, you can see
Yeah.
how narrow their front three is. It's like an arrowhead, isn't it, the way they
Go on,
play?
Tino, son.
Tino again with Eze. Eze just holds him back slightly, but plays it out to Gordon, who goes all the way back to
Well
Shaw.
done.
Hall,
And again.
J7 down the line. Willock just on the inside run. And again, look at the work Hall does down that line. He's over, he gets through so much work, Lewis Hall does at the minute. Doing really well. Shaw looks for long, goes over the top looking for
Good
J7.
ball.
Nice control by J7. Willock goes over the overlap. There's a
Goes
cross
for the
into the
cross.
far post, but just a little bit too deep for everybody, and the ball goes harmlessly out of play. But he was looking for Bruno there. And again, what I want to see is players get into the box. And to me, that is positive because you had 2 or 3 players then into the opposition box. So that is, here we go. What's happening here? Isaac's down holding his hip. I tell you something now. There's a great sniper in this crowd at Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park because all of the white shirts at some point has hit the floor. Or there was just a coming together.
I think he's landed on his boot.
Yeah, there's a hip on hip action. Don't see that very often with Mitchell. Just getting that magic spray. Harvey Barnes and Callum Wilson warming up there. Watch you don't stretch too much, Callum. We don't want to twang anything. Yeah, it's been not dominating, but we seem to be passing the ball nicely in the middle of the park and keeping control of the ball. Limiting them to anything really, if I'm honest, but no clear-cut chances as of yet in the first 14 minutes. So your thoughts on the first bit you've seen?
It's pretty much as we expected it was going to go. They are shoving all their attacks down the wings. And when they haven't got the ball, they're collapsing quite nicely into the middle.
Yeah. And Isaac's just left the field of play just to obviously have his 30 seconds break. And Lacroix brings it out from the keeper into a bit of clear grass to walk into with the Newcastle players just.
But look at those. Can you see those channels there right now?
Yeah. Again, the 4 that are in front of him become quite narrow to stop any of the forward line passes. So they have to go wide. It's more or less asking them where to play.
What we need to do is press up into those channels for me, and then they'll not be able to do that.
No, but like again, we were asking about the low block. We don't want them to have the low block, so it's like giving them a sense of false security. They have the ball, we jump off it, and then obviously we're looking for the runs afterwards. There was quite a low ball played into the box, but again, Lewis Hall does what he does best, and he's played a cracking. Well, I thought that was going to be a little bit more than that. I thought that was it was. He'd isolated Gordon on a run there, but the ball was held up a little bit when it was flouted. That was a good interception from Fabian Schär again. Closing in really quick and tight every time Crystal Palace seemed to get anywhere near. There's a nice ball into Eze in the box. He's got to be offside there, surely to God. No, it's gone out for a corner. Eze wasn't offside.
Well, he was a mile offside.
It looked offside to me.
His Cher's looking over at the linesman.
Yeah. I'm just having a quick look at the replay. No, he wasn't, Byrne was playing him on. Great recovery that was from Fabian Cher, to be fair. That was really good recovery. Because Byrne had literally just stood in line with Eze, and Eze would just peeled off him. And I'm hoping our corners are better than we were last week. Ball comes into the box, and it's too close to Popey, and Popey picks that up comfortably, and it's in his hands. I'm just having a look at the replay of that. Not great play that on the edge of the box. A little bit too much freedom, and Sarr was able just to side foot it in towards Eze, who had a yard of space, but again the ball came up at an awkward height for him to take first time, and he's allowed Fabian Schär to get back, and he hooked it out for a corner kick. But like I say, the corner came to nothing. So well done, Fabian Schär, because that could have been an issue for us, if I'm honest. And the ball's out on the left-hand side with Hall taking the throw-in. Throws it into Byrne. Byrne square to Schär. Schär out to Tino. A little bit of grass to Tino to exploit on his travels. Just over the halfway line now.
Nice.
Plays the ball along the line to inside Bruno, and then go like a give and go. But Bruno plays that a little bit blind. Yeah, a little bit blind. I mean, I could see the intention. It was good intention. But unfortunately, just a little bit too much on it, which allowed Lacroix just to block it and see the ball out for a throw-in to Crystal Palace. Mitchell now, deep into his own half, taking a couple of extra strides every time he looks to play it out. Into Gay. Gay goes long, but only to Tino, into Gordon's feet. Gordon tries a little inside ball, which he gets robbed. And we've got Sarr just trying to run out with the ball. But again, the overload in midfield, Tonali and Bruno and Willock all getting the ball back. And they tried to get the ball into the box really quick, but that's straight through to Popey, nice and easy. You can see the intentions from them, can't you? Every time they, like I said, it's scruffy in the middle of the park. Every time they win it, all they want to do is get them forward three running in behind us. So we've got to be on our toes with that one. Come on. Another one who's gone down, holding his shoulder this time. J7 just gets to his feet, and he's in a bit of pain here, He's not looking good. Upholding his shoulder. Hopefully this isn't one of them that's popped. Hall plays it up to Willock. Willock plays it outside to J7, and that outstretched arm he lands on, it's very similar to what Popey did and what Murphy did, falling on that arm going out. And it can easily pop in them positions. So I'm hoping this isn't as bad as it looks. Get warmed up, Barnsley, because you never know. Luckily, Willock looks okay. He may have just took a bang on the back of his heel, and it may have just torn the boot, and that's why he was waiting for them to go and get his spare boot from the dressing room. That's why he stayed down. But he looks as though he's running freely, which is good news. And just a little bit of a lull in play, just coming up to 20 minutes played. Oh, well, he's been pulled up by his arm that he hurt anyway, by the physio. So that's how they put it back into play, so there's nothing wrong with it.
There's definitely a sniper in the crowd somewhere, though.
Oh, there is. It's 20 minutes gone.
They're just lousy shots. They kind of hit the heart. They're hitting the knees and arms.
Isak's back down.
And hips.
Isak's back down on the floor now. He's not happy. I don't know what's happening with Isak, but he's not happy. And he's calling for somebody. There's a sub coming on here. 20 minutes gone, and Isak's on his bottom. You're absolutely right, Win. We have got, I don't know, I've never seen so many players. Harvey Barnes is coming on.
I think he's coming on for Willock.
No, he's not. He's coming on for Isak, mate. It's Isak who's on the floor, which is very surprising. because that means there's going to be a bit of a change now with Gordon going.
Surely, if Isaac's got to go off, you've got to put Wilson on, man.
Yeah, it's obviously he sees it too early for Wilson at the minute, and it's definitely Harvey Barnes coming on, and it looks definitely this. Yeah, it is Isaac coming off for Harvey Barnes. Oh Christ, here we go again. We just can't seem to keep players. But we said this with Isaac, didn't we? It's only going to be a matter of time before
he's
Isaac.
made a class, we know that.
Yeah, Isaac comes off because he just doesn't get that. You know, he can't play back-to-back games. I mean, even when Wilson come on last week because we were 2-0 down, he didn't have a break. He stayed playing. And like I say, again, not sure whether that was the wisest thing when you've got a Sula on the bench as well. As to me, like I say, with this being as scrappy as it is, I think this will suit somebody like Asula. So anyway, Lewis Hall now get played down the line. It was a good tackle, good recovery tackle, that, to be fair, by Lacroix. I like him. He's a good defender. Sits in the middle of this three. Throw into Newcastle. J7's asking to come back on. He's back on the field now. So we've got an interesting change of play now because I'm just trying to work out who's playing where. Because it seems to be all over the shop at the minute. It looks like Harvey Barnes has gone up top to start with. I'm not sure what the hell is going on here. So we've had Harvey Barnes come on for Isaac, as we know. And as I look at the squad, well done. Just looking at J7 trying to get Willock in there. He tried on the inside there from being played in, but he left his foot in Munoz, and now Munoz has gone down. And there's a couple of players having a bit of a word with the referee, Lerma and Lacroix is inquiring why hasn't the referee said something about that, because he's kicked the instep of Munoz, which, I mean, you know, it's not a nasty foul. It is a free kick, but it's nothing nasty. No deserving of a yellow card there, but again, we all know it's only that's in J7's locker. I can see what his intentions were there. Henderson to Gay. Gay goes long, looking for the over-the-top ball, but again, a little bit too much on the ball. Goes through to Pope. Still don't know who's gone up top for us because it still looks like Gordon's out on the right. And Barnes has gone through the middle. Right, so Lewis all into Tonali. Tonali into
that was a
J7.
case in point there, you know. Tonali straight there. Good
Look at
ball.
that. Great ball around the corner. Harvey Barnes into the box. Plays across the box. Oh! Just a little bit behind Anthony Gordon there, but great running into the space there by Harvey Barnes, who looks like he has gone out to the right-hand side. Gordon's gone through the middle, back into the middle of the park with Tonali. Tonali out to Shaw. Shaw out to Tino. So really nice interplay down that line. Tino plays it to Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes gets it into the box. Drives the ball across the edge of the 6-yard box, but unfortunately just behind Anthony Gordon. Again, Newcastle win the ball back. It's Bruno. Bruno out to Tino. Tino just slowing the ball down, just trying to draw players onto him. You know, there's 4 Crystal Palace players really high against the back line of Newcastle. So there's certain space. It's wide open, this game, to be fair. There's lots of space in the middle of the park, which you'd expect us to exploit at times. Lewis Hall now at left back. He plays the ball down towards Willock, who's running into the corner flag. Willock just couldn't control the ball, a little bit too heavy, and the ball goes out for the goal kick. It's a shame that, because I thought Willock could have probably just held that into play. We got behind them again down this left channel. And this is what I was saying about Munoz and Mitchell. If you play the right system, you play the right channel balls, you're behind every time if you've got the runners there. And that seems to be the case in the first 25 minutes. But again, it's what we get up top now. Now we've lost Isaac. Henderson goes long towards the halfway line. It's a little bit of a challenge from Dan Byrne and Mateta. Picked up by Tino, who plays it all the way back to Share. It's back to Burn now, square on. 35-yard marks, just in our own half. Tino plays it into Tonali, straight away up to Gordon. Gordon turns, plays it square to Willock.
Come on.
Willock out to J7. A few bodies in front of him, all getting into the box. Plays it to Hall. Hall looks to shoot, but then feints. Goes back to J7. J7, a bit of a dodgy ball to Tonali, and Crystal Palace bring the ball away, and they're heading towards the halfway line. And again, great recovery that was from Gordon. Really great recovery, because obviously Gordon playing up top now as the central striker. He saw the danger there, and as soon as that square ball to Tonali was a little bit misplaced, and they nicked the ball back. Gordon was on his bike, and like I say, did really well on the halfway line to take the ball off Eze. Hughes. Chalobah. He's the one that I would direct everything. He looks a little bit dodgy to me, Chalobah. Good header from Lewis Hall up to Hughes on the halfway line. Lewis Sarr back towards Lacroix. Lacroix out to Gay. Gay looks up, and he again bringing the ball. Happy to bring the ball towards the halfway line, looking for runners. Plays it into Eze, who's on the half turn.
Nice.
But again, just gives up as soon as he loses the ball. Great by Tonali to win that ball back. Harvey Barnes on the right-hand side. Back to Tonali. Tonali back to Share. Share goes long. And he's looking, a little bit of a nudge in the back there, but the referee's saying, play on.
Free kicks
Bruno again going to floor so easy. He's back on his feet. Chalobah is the one for me that I would always look at. I mean, always seems a bit susceptible to be losing the ball. Again, Crystal Palace just played in their own half, going left to right. And out to Chalobah. Chalobah then gets closed down by straight away by Willock. Gordon onto Henderson straight away. Good movement. This Barnes closes down Gaye straight away. He goes out to Mitchell and Tino's on him. It's some really good movements here. Ball's won back and on the halfway line. Mateta's not having much of the ball, to be fair. We're winning the ball every time it comes close to him. See, I much prefer this. You've got so much more availability because you've got three runners left and right with Willock and Bruno now making that run. Tonali wins. Just tries to loop the ball up over the top. Willock and Chalobah. Chalobah just beats him to the ball and he falls nicely to Eze, who takes Bruno on a little bit of a mazy run. Going nowhere, to be fair. He looks up to try and find that supplier. Chalobah goes square. He's looking to tee this one up, but it's over the bar. He tries a shot from 35 yards. Chalobah. He gets his body behind it, to be fair. Keeps it low to a degree, but it's still a yard high as it goes over the bar. Just starts to dip as it goes over the bar. Good attempt for a centre-back, if I'm honest. It reminds me of Fabian Schär. And we are in the 30th minute, and we are 0-0. No, I can't see him as having a shot of any
I've had nothing
value. To be fair, one attempt from
both, and nothing. No attempts. No
from
shots
either team. Nothing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's a bit on the. It's all middle of the park stuff. Oh, again, the ball breaks coldly to Mateta. To Munoz. Munoz square. It's off the. What a great save that is from
fantastic save.
Fantastic save. So he's offside, but it was some nice build-up play. The ball comes across into the middle of the 6-yard box, and Sarr gets his toe on it. Mustn't have been any more than 4 yards out, and it looked like it was going to score every time. Sarr plays it out wide, then it gets pulled back onto the 6-yard box, and again nobody's mocking the runner. And he's just a late arrival, and he just gets his toe on it, and Popey saves. Really good save that was.
I tell you what, if that had been a goal, VAR would have looked at it, obviously, for the offside, and he wouldn't have been offside.
No,
it was a fantastic save.
Yeah, I don't know why they've given that, because Mateta actually wasn't even involved in any of that play. He was in an offside position, but I wouldn't have said he was actually interfering with play because he was to the side of Popey. So it could have been an interesting one. And we've got a free kick on the edge of the box.
Again, a soft one, in my opinion.
Yeah. Again, on Willock. He's just taken a bit of a clattering. The ball went long. It was a deflection to Barnes. Then Barnes just trying to play in behind Gay. He's got the beating of Gay, I must admit, Barnes, by the looks of it. Ball goes out to Tino, and then Willock just tries to turn and go down the line of the 18-yard box and gets taken out. And it's a free kick right on the edge of the box. Hall and Gordon over the top of this to see who's taken it. And Mitchell, just like I say, it was Mitchell who created the foul there. So here we go. Let's see if we can have a shot on target, at least to work Henderson. Gordon runs over. Hall whips it in. It's towards the back post. And Bruno and, I don't know, that's Saar, had gone up for the ball then, and it's come off Bruno. And apparently it's gone out for a goal kick. He slipped just as they were running in. Just as they were taking the free kick, he loses his grip on the floor then, and he didn't quite get to the ball on time, and it comes off the side of his head and it goes out for a goal kick. So unfortunate. Henderson goes long. Hall again. He's getting some height on that jumps, Lewis Hall. Another win for Lewis Hall in there.
I think he's got near enough 100%.
Oh, it's a poor play.
Win in aerial duels this season.
Yeah, it looked phenomenal from that jump there.
Well done, Willock.
Does well. Yeah, to get the ball back from Chalobah to Bruno to Tonali.
Again, Tonali gives the 1-2 to Bruno and makes the run. And
no, he doesn't get the ball.
Bruno to be sufficiently technically able to give him it back. There again, 1-2, first time ball every time.
Yeah. And you know what I like about the two of them today, and it seems as if, like you said, one will sit, one will go. And when it's Bruno's turn to have a breather, Tonali then goes on the run. So it's out to J7. Hall overlaps him. J7 stops, plays it inside. Bruno again, just looking square. Fabian Shaw gets Mateta onto him straight away. Goes out to Barnes. Barnes looks for support. Dan Burn looks up, and there all of a sudden you've got Saar on him straight away. Lovely first time ball to Gordon. Gordon out to J7. Willock goes down the line to try and get some back, but I think the referee is going to give a goal kick here. It looked like no, he's given a corner. I'm surprised because it did look from where I was that Willock kicked that out. Let me have a look here. Oh well, he'd come off the 50, Lacroix 50. Kicked it. Yeah, he kicked it, and it was off the studs of Willock. But I'll take the corner if I'm honest. So Anthony Gordon's taking the corner. They've had one corner apiece so far, but in the 35th minute. Just started that, and it's still 0-0 with, like I say, not many attempts at goal. So, referee, come on! He's saying, "Can we have it back at a centimetre, please? Thank you." That's in the. Come on, man! You've only got to have some of the ball overlapping the D.
I still think it's ridiculous the way they're funny on doing that.
Oh, and me for that inch.
For a half inch or whatever, ridiculous.
Yeah. Gordon plays the ball in to back post. Good header clear from Gay. Gay then just follows the ball, and he wins the ball back. Plays the ball over the top to Eze. Eze plays it to Hughes. Use straight away on to Saar. Saar's got a bit of grass to run into. Plays it square to the back post, and he's missed it. How the hell have you missed that, Munda? How the hell have you missed that? And that is exactly what I said. They will win the ball back really quick, and it'll be just on the break. And we were outnumbered there, 3-2 at the back. Saar plays the ball square towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Munda's running onto it with the goal to aim at. And he puts it wide of the post.
That should have been on that.
I mean, I'm sorry, mate, but that's going to go down as one of the misses of the season, that.
Yeah.
Not to even get that on target. That is a lucky break from for Newcastle. That we could have been 1-0 down. because I expected the net to bulge on that one. Really, really poor miss by Munoz.
So when the ball came back off the barriers into the net, I thought the net had bulged.
Yeah. Ball's the wrong way, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, ball's back to Henderson, who goes long again. Cleared by Dan Byrne. Nobody in the centre circle. So a couple of players running back. Tonali gets onto that one. And we go square to Bruno. Bruno plays the way he's facing, all the way back to Popey. Popey goes long this time, and he's looking to pick out Barnes. Barnes contested there with, I think that was Gay, and Gay wins it for a throw-in.
I'm going to leave it in
Great
your
break from.
I'm going to leave this in your capable hands for 2 seconds. I've just got somebody
All right,
at
mate.
the door. Sorry.
All right, buddy. So Newcastle play from the back again. Burn out to Hall. Hall looking up. He's got a bit of grass to run into. He's just slowing it down. He brings it out to J7. J7's hugging this touchline. Again, he's got Munoz for company, and he's following every line he's doing. And again, Crystal Palace in the defensive mode go to the 5 at the back, with the 3 centre halves, with the 2 wing backs sitting tight against Barnes and J7, not giving you very much of a passing lane or even a chance of a pass, to be fair. They've looked quite comfortable, apart from a couple of occasions. Willock tries a nice little turn with the ball on the outside of his foot. But again, Hall gives him the option to pass the ball down the channel, and he tries to beat his player again and just lose that chance to get the ball into a really good area of concern. There's a sloppy pass there, and Bruno then tries to play in Anthony Gordon. But again, it's easily read by Lacroix, who clears the danger. Ball gets headed back to Hughes to Lerma. Lerma looks up, and he's got Mitchell out on the left-hand side. Mitchell then plays it back to Gay. Gay looks up, and he just says, you know what, let's go back to Henderson. Henderson comes the other way, and he's looking for Chalobah. Chalobah takes his time. Will Hughes drops back to get the ball. And taking a little bit of a gamble there, Will Hughes, heading back towards his own goal, but he did well. It's gone out for a throw-in. A good challenge from Dan Byrne on Mateta. Munoz with the throw. Plays it inside to Sarr. Sarr gets challenged by Bruno, but it's a little bit of a manhandling, and Bruno is getting a talking to. And it's a free kick to Crystal Palace. They've certainly edged the first half. Especially with chances, I suppose. But it's one of them. Like I say, getting half a chance at this present moment in time, whether you class it as trying to do too much in front of goal to create something more, or just again not having enough creativity in front of goal to get that chance of a shot. We just haven't really tested Henderson at all in the first 40 minutes. So Eze and Will Hughes looking over the ball to see the options. Dinks it in towards the back post. It did come off a Crystal Palace player, and it's gone out for a goal kick. So again, you can class that down, a chance down as a Lacroix. Looks like he got his chest to that. So that could have been another potential. Oh, he got his head to it. But I think with the ball, he was expecting Shaw to get his head to it, and he just didn't. Ball comes into Bruno. Barnes. Oh, Barnes trying again to pick out Anthony Gordon, but unfortunately it's too close to Henderson, and Henderson dives and gets there. And again, these are these little chances that you've got to take. A really nice ball from Bruno to the edge of the penalty area for Barnes to get into, and it was a first time driven cross, but it's just far too easy for Henderson just to fall on. Rushed delivery, rushed clearance, and it's fallen to Byrne, who obviously then just played it back towards Eze, and we've got the ball back now with Fabian Shaw. Shaw plays it back to Popey. Closed down again by Sarr. Ball goes, it's a sloppy pass. It's a sloppy back pass that, and Henderson stops it going out for a corner. That's like a really bad play. That there's 2 balls on the pitch as we speak. So Hall throws it. Oh, crikey! I'm not sure that was supposed to have gone to Pope. It was like a bit of an odd pass from Byrne, but anyway, Shaw goes diagonal again, looking across towards J7, too close to Munoz. Bruno plays it out towards Gordon. Gordon out to Barnes. Barnes looks up. He's got Tino overlapping him. He goes towards the back stick, and it's headed clear for a corner. Or has it gone for a corner? It was like glanced off his head, really close to the corner flag there. I'm not sure whether it's gone out for a corner or it's a throw. It is a corner or a throw-in because it was that close to the corner flag. So another corner to Newcastle. Anthony Gordon's making sure the ball's in the quadrant this time. Lifts his arm up, takes the ball, and it's a bit of a longer one this time. Flouted towards the back post. J7 plays it back to Hall. Hall dinks it in towards the 6-yard box. Gets cleared. Tino picks the ball up, looking again to drive towards the defenders. Looking on the inside for a runner. And Willock was on the offering there, but again, Munoz just got a slide-in tackle, and it's out for another corner to Newcastle. A little bit of pressure from Newcastle, but again, not once we get in there, there's not really knocking on the door to get anything out of these plays that they're getting. So again, Gordon with a cross, arm up, ball comes short this time to Willock. Willock again out to Gordon, bit of a different angle. He crosses again deep towards Byrne. Byrne throws it across. There's 2 Crystal Palace players go for it, and it's cleared by Will Hughes. Something different. There's offside flag. I don't know who was offside then, but that was whoever it was on the back post. It looked like Fabian Schär must have been standing in an offside position when he headed it back across. No, it wasn't. It was Dan Byrne. It wasn't Fabian Schär. It was Dan Byrne, but he wasn't obviously involved with play. I don't know. It's how you interpret these things. I think sometimes people see something totally different. Dan Byrne with the head. Come out to Willock. Willock's been pretty quiet the first half, if I'm honest. And we've got a bit of a clattering for J7, who's had a bit of a first half. He's had an elbow now into the back of the head. And because of these new rules, this referee saying you need to be looked at because you've had a head injury. Oh, jeez. Player's already said I'm okay, ref, but he's having none of it now because of these new rules. And it was, to be fair, it was more of Dan Byrne jumping into the back of him than anything else. So again, he's going to have to spend 30 seconds on the sideline for that. Even though he didn't ask for the physios to come on, it was the referee that called them on straight away. So we're down to 10 men for 30 seconds. The game gets underway onto the halfway line. We've got Lacroix out to Gay. Gay literally just looking at a little bit of support with Mitchell. Anyway, Newcastle have won the ball back, but straight away they're onto them, and Tino gets fouled by Lerma. Not giving him much of a chance there to run the ball out. We're coming in within the 45th minute now, coming up to injury time. There's going to be a couple of minutes, 5 minutes, says the assistant referee, 5 minutes of injury time. So, Tino. Back to Shaw. Back to Byrne. Byrne gets to Shaw. Shaw into Tonali. Tonali's concerned. He's got a bit of grass to run into. He plays it square to Hall. Hall gives it to Willock and then runs back to Byrne. Byrne looks, he's getting pushed back a little bit by Mateta, and then it goes out to Shaw, and everybody just stands off him. And Tonali and Bruno, make a little bit of movement, and the ball comes left-sided, inside left position towards Willock. You've got Hall and J7 on the overlap here. Bruno plays it inside to Nali. Oh, sorry, to Tino, not Tonali. And Tonali's just showing a little bit of disgust there because it was a perfect opportunity to get a give and go there. Because you had two players on the overlap at one point there. So it's a little bit disappointing, to say the least. But it's a throw into to Newcastle. I'm just that's a really poor ball by Tino, going out to a simple pass out to Barnes, but just puts far too much stuff onto it, and it goes simply out for a throw-in. Again, a long ball over the top for Crystal Palace just while I was talking there, and it's been cleared. It's been swept up by Popey, who's kicked it out for a throw-in for Crystal Palace. Ball goes long again, looking for Munoz. Munoz into Will Hughes. Will Hughes then goes square to Gay. Gay on the halfway line. Looks up, he tries to play Eze in. Eze just draws the line. Mitchell then goes halfway down, and it's a deflection to off Tino for a Crystal Palace corner. I think it's the first of the first half. And again, it's all about movement and everything else. Sorry, it's the second one, isn't it? And everybody's looking to get on this, some movement. Newcastle have looked like they've changed the system a little bit. They've gone more man for man on this one. Everybody's run to the near post, and there's a little bit of a flick on there. Again, I think that's Lacroix. Yeah, it is. Oh, it looked like Lacroix had got his head to that, and it had gone wide of the back post, but it's saying it'd come off a Newcastle player. But I can't see that. Even though when I've watched it twice now, I can't see it. It was definitely a goal kick, I thought. Anyway, another corner to Crystal Palace. Will Hughes, he's being questioned about pulling your ball in the quadrant. You know how bad that is these days. Will Hughes towards the middle of the box. Again, he beats everybody with this time, and it goes out for a goal kick to Newcastle. Really, really poor showing, if I'm honest. There's a couple of half chances there for me for Crystal Palace that I thought they could have done a lot better, and they've not really done a lot. And a goal kick to Palpy goes long. Oh, crikey, Will Hughes gets in and Sarr get in each other's way. So then on to Hall. Hall plays it all the way back to Burn. Burn all the way back to Palpy. Palpy to Shaw. Shaw goes inside to outside towards Barnes, who gets challenged straight away by Gay. Gay's not really giving them any opportunity to press here. He's going right up the field, Gay, and he's having a real bit of a tussle with Harvey Barnes out on that right hand side. Tonali out to Barnes, who again miscontrols it. I mean, it's simple football, this. And he's just, the simple ball. You can understand why Tonali gets frustrated because, you just can't pass or trap a ball that's just given to your feet. It's ridiculous. We'll use Chalobah. Goes out to Munoz. Munoz comes inside. Will Hughes offers him a chance. Comes back to Lacroix, who's just on the edge. And that's it. Half time for the first half. Well, I don't know what to say. Is probably the best answer I can give for that first half. Very, very interesting half. Lot of huff and puff, and with very little up front. I mean, it's been again. I don't know what it is with us at the minute. We just don't create anything And when we do get behind or in and behind, we seem to struggle like mad. So really, really unsure of that first half.
Sorry
I'm
about
gonna.
that.
That's all right, buddy. That's okay. I was just having a quick chat to say about what I thought of the first half, and I can't
Well, I
talk
missed
a
the
lot
last
about it.
10 minutes, so I can't comment on the
You
last 10 minutes, but it
you
was,
missed nothing. You missed nothing, mate.
I don't think we've had one serious effort, have we?
No, not a thing.
And this
Like I
is the
say,
lineup that everybody's been wanting.
oh, that's what I said. There's no excuses anymore. That's what I said. And it's
I
like we
mean, you
said
could
before.
argue, obviously, Isaac went off, but was he doing anything before he went off? Not really.
Like I said, you've still got to have the ball played into you, and like I said,
Yeah.
we've not done it at all in the first half. There's been no supply. There's been no service.
Gordon had
Um,
one or two chances on the right and fluffed his lines 3 times.
it's been really, really poor. If I'm honest,
Yeah.
Gordon needs to stop passing and just run with it. Says Chapadone. Yeah, this is all early on in the first half. I'm just having a quick look of of what's been out there. Did you star anything in the first half at all? Have I missed anything of? We're not exactly capitalising on playing a team in 19th place
Well,
yet.
just before kick-off, Ben Arthur saying we need to win today, lads. We really do. For me, it's like a cup semi-final game. We need to
Well,
win to
it's not
maintain
played
top
like a
six standing for the remainder of the season.
Harpal saying that we are low in confidence and trying too hard. Gordon's been poor again, unfortunately.
Gordon has
Um,
been poor.
Well, like I said, I haven't seen anybody that's played outstanding.
That's
It's like I
always
said,
worth. That's
I
always
am
worth showing
struggling.
again.
Yeah,
Thank you,
it is.
Queenie.
That's probably been the brightest part
That's
of
been
this.
the highlight
The
of the first
highlight.
half.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, darling. Yeah, you are much more to look at than the team that's played in white at the minute. Uh, what else have we got? Harpal, 20 minutes and nothing. Boratino cross to get excited about, and that is it, mate. That is how bad it's been. How do you watch it live? Can't tell you, buddy. Well, this sucks. Thank you very much. So we are playing like a striker. Yeah, exactly. No striker at the minute. Really strange setup again. Like I said, you've got two strikers on the bench, and you still stick with Gordon going through the middle, who doesn't
Yeah.
offer you anything up front. And I don't know what he sees that I
We had,
don't.
we had, we had, we had.
Whenever Wilson is fit, Isaac gets injured. Yeah, you're right, Connor. That seems to be the thing. Bring on a
There's Tony
Suva.
and Revenge of the Crumpin Man. I think Winton kiss goodbye to being 3 points off top four by Christmas if this is how we continue to play. Well, you see, you just never judge a painting when it's half finished. Who knows? We can come out in the second half and be a different team. And like I say, if supposing we play shit for 90 minutes and win 1-0, that'll do for me, Doctor.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm more of the same. If we can keep it tight at the back of it, but again, that's what I said. You look at the chances that they've had. I mean, they've missed a sitter. And that worries me when they can get in and behind you so easy, playing the system that they do. We should be doing that system, that similar thing to them. And that's what I said. When you play three at the back with these, and that's why I pointed it out to us. I don't know. I mean, yeah, we are a little bit light on centre halves. I understand that, but we have got the opportunity coming post Christmas, hopefully, where we've got two really good players that have got the legs and the lungs to do the same job as both Munoz is doing and Mitchell. And it's more Munoz, to be fair, that's causing the problem.
I'm just going through the chat.
Yeah, but if Fasula stands no chance of
They're
playing.
all surmising what I was doing for the 10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
A neighbour in trouble. A friend in need is a pest.
A friend in need, a friend indeed.
A friend in need is a pest when the match is on. Palace sold their better players have been crap all season, but today, surprise, surprise, we make them look a better team. Awful football. I can't disagree with a word of that.
I agree with what Brand's saying, though. It doesn't make any sense to have a Sula on the bench if you're not willing to put him on.
It just doesn't
give him
make
a
any
shot.
sense to me.
Because even if you say to Rasula, listen,
Isaac's going off. We've got Wilson on the bench. It just...
yeah, but don't forget, I don't mind giving Wilson like 30 minutes, like we did the other day,
Well,
which
so
I didn't
give him
expect.
30 minutes there and then take him off and put a Sula on.
But yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I would go the other way. I would say to Asula, go and have a run now, try and correct some issues, because I will be using Wilson later on. I wouldn't go the other way where if Wilson gets injured, I would say go and have a run out and then come. But you also have to think that we've only got 3, unless he makes a change at half time. We've only got 3 substitution slots, and we've used one of them. So that's going to be an interesting one to see how it plays out. Sandra
All the
says,
more reason
Tony
why the
T.
one should have been used down the lake for lake. Because
Yeah,
what
yeah.
we've done now, we've ended up putting Barnes on the right wing where he's never played for us. Gordon in the middle. Although, to be fair, the one chance that we did create when Barnes beat his man on the left, come in and cut the ball back, that was Barnes on the right, which is something we advocated, by the way, early on in the season.
Yeah.
Instead of Murphy. But to try and get them both in the team. That, to me, was the simplest solution to that, to getting Barnes and Tonali in the team. It was dead simple. You play Barnes on the right wing.
The and two players that look like...
He did okay on that one instance that he was looking to do.
There's been, like I say, the 2 fullbacks have linked up play lovely, I thought. Again...
Well, Hall, for me, yet again, man of the match. I mean...
Well, Hall's been outstanding, he has. He's been really
fantastic.
Good. Solid on this left-hand side, even in the air, against Saar, who's a bigger, taller player than him.
Yeah.
But Livramento's done well. I mean, he's been the one who's been trying to get to the line.
He's had a better game than he had last week.
Yeah, he's done really well. Tonali's linked up play nicely. I said, he's not done anything wrong.
Kind of invisible, really. 1 or 2 occasions where he's proved his brains there.
But none of them have. I mean, none of them are in the middle. That's what I said. The middle hasn't stuck out like I expected it to against the likes of Hughes and Lerma. You know what I mean? I expected us to be really involved in there, and they've not really contested. Yes, they've had the ball and they've played it simple, but it's not really been to the point where we're getting in and behind them at any point. So, again, it's like a case of who's taking responsibility.
It's 45
yeah, you're absolutely
minutes.
right.
Feels like we've watched 100.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, it does.
It ain't been good.
It's not. Well, I haven't. Apart from one time where it looked like we got a decent cross on, to get excited about anything. We should once again be 1-0 down. Says Brandt. You're right. Dan Byrne nowhere to be seen. Says Beer.
I think Dan Byrne, unless something happened in the 10 minutes that I was away. I didn't say anything. I thought he'd had a good game, Byrne.
Thomas Boyes is saying, sorry, Gary, right now we look like a side fighting relegation. Today, Palace are 18th and better than us. I did say they've probably come out slightly better, but it's 2 poor teams, if I'm honest. They have had the better chance. Don't get me wrong. They certainly have had the better chance, but they certainly don't look a team void of confidence at all.
Tony T saying, I'm confused. Sandro's been amazing, yet we've created nothing. What's he been amazing at? Well, I kind of agree with that. Who's been saying Sandro's been amazing?
Chris has been in the chat saying, go on, Sandro, and all that, and making 1 or 2 comments. I mean, like I said, he's done okay with certain things, but it's nothing, spectacular. Nothing to go mental.
There you go.
Vendetta, Viva Vendetta is how out. This is beyond bad. The whole team can't be out of form. We look so toothless, says Connor. Absolutely gifted not being down 1-0 currently. Anyone against us being 1-0 down currently? No. Well, like I said, if you miss the chances like that, then you don't deserve to win a bloody game, if I'm honest. But again, it's just so. Laquani's better than Gahey, says Beer. Well, I wouldn't disagree with that either. He looks
Not
a
on today's
solid.
run, certainly.
Bad team, don't score and concede. Boki09 says wins love honey deliveries come.
Yes, I've been looking at the possible reasons.
That's quality. That love honey. You should. Yeah. I mean, that's what I said. It comes to something, doesn't it, where the chat's more enjoyable than the bloody match you're watching.
Indeed.
These crap hard to beat tactics this season are pathetic. Says Connor.
Again, we are not. I'm trying to think of occasions when we've put more than 3 passes together, and I can't.
We've had some nice, like I say, the first 15 minutes we did get behind them a couple of times down each wing, and we again you can say it's poor final ball, but you know it's like I said, it's to me it's execution, and they're doing everything that is simple and it looks hard, and I don't know why it looks so hard. Well, it's like I said, you can only play the 11 in front of you, and maybe you come down to that level. I'm not sure what it is with us at the minute. Snore football. Oh, there's not a lot in here. That's.
I'll tell you what, I haven't looked at.
Why is no one back post? That's true. It's been awful.
See, look.
Eddie W saying he's confused why it was Barnes and not Isaac. For Isaac, not Wilson.
Exactly.
Forest is still 0-0. Gordon isn't a striker. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's everybody in the chat is just going on about what we've just said. 2 not 1 and 5 added minutes. Should be double that at least. The players have been on the floor more than in play. Like I say, we suck right now. I mean, it is all just exactly what we said. Nothing great to shout at. How trains the players, sets up play, tactics and positions.
I tell you what, it's setting up our Brentford games nicely.
Yeah. So who's...
They've gone up to 6th now with the 3-1 up.
Random, thank you very much, buddy.
Bournemouth 3-1 up.
We're spectacularly consistent at one thing, and that's been spectacular and consistent. Thanks, Random, for the £5 super chat, buddy.
Whoa!
You are very kind. But you and it's very true, if I'm honest.
Yeah, thank you, Random. Keep the wolves from the door.
Indeed. Can you see anything else in there? I mean, like I say, they've got the sprinklers on. It looks more exciting than the football does, to be fair. Chris has sent us something via the... Yeah, I've seen.
Deleted.
Yeah, I've got it. Lads are coming back onto the park. Can't see any changes. So, again, I'm just quickly
The lucky
going
dog's
on.
out anyway.
Yeah, good.
The safety dog is here to save the day.
Just trying to quickly run through any of
bring
these.
It out 10
Tobias
minutes before
Matson.
half time, before I was severely curtailed.
Yeah. Right then, it's Newcastle to kick off in the second half. Kicking from left to right. Well, we can't get any worse, guys. So come on, let's make sure we get over this line. In like
Let's
I say,
get this job
you know,
done.
it's all about getting the 3 points, and that's the way I look at it now. If the play isn't as exciting as it should be, let's just get the deserved.
That's it.
3
Get the
points.
3 points. That's the main thing.
Gordon to kick off, and he comes back to Tonali. Tonali out to Tino. Tino back to Shaw. And again, it's a bit of a canter from Crystal Palace at the start, same as it was the first half, and they grew into the game.
Thank you, Benjamin.
Thank you, buddy. The
This
proof
proves
Tonali is the best
better
in
in
the
centre
central midfield.
midfield.
Yeah, he's been involved a lot more than normal, to be fair, and he's been self-frustrated by some of the misplays that we've done. Well done to Burn there, because he's just gotten pushed Mateta out the way. Harvey Barnes was on a run there when he was nowhere, running over. I said that's a bit of a tussle. It should be a free kick.
Yeah, get another soft free kick.
Yeah, Mitchell on Bruno. Bit of a crazy one. But it looks like it's Dan Burns' role that on Mateta today. So Shah plays the ball up towards Tino. Tino hugging this touchline on the right-hand side. It's back to Fabian Shah. Shah goes long. He's seen a runner. Throws the ball up towards J7. Headed back to Willock. Willock out to J7, who seems to miscontrol it to a degree, but he's still got the ball. J7 comes inside. He's looking. That's a bad ball. You could see it from here. Tino was asking for it, but it was always going to get cut out by Eze. So out to Barn. Barn again. He looked to go down the line. That's a bad ball by Tino. Yeah, exactly. That was a bad one.
But he gets his foot in there.
It does look as if, like, if you look at the body language, nobody's really,
the body
pushing for it.
Stinks.
It's like, go on, I'm running, lads. Let's give it to me. Look at Tino there when he was running down the line. I've just been looking at the replay. Give me the ball, for God's sake. He's asking for Barnes to give him the ball, and he just delays it. And then they come back towards the congested.
Well done, Barnes. Well done,
Gordon. Bruno, poor
Bruno,
pass.
man, how weird. Yeah. Well done, Gordon, again.
Oh, crikey, Gordon's now hurt himself. He stopped running for all of a sudden there. I don't know what happened to him. The ball comes back to Chalobah. Chalobah tries to get in Saab, but the ball comes inside by Lerma. Lerma then passes the ball. It's so sloppy. It's like,
it's pathetic, isn't it?
It's so bad by both teams, to be fair. Again, the ball comes into the middle. It's aimed at nobody. And Tino then screws it up in the air. And oh, my God.
Well, my Jesus. A back pass there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure even he knew where that was. Anyway, Barnes comes up the line.
He's got
Tino's running in front of him. But that's, again, tried to put a square ball in. But there's one player in the box. He's put a blind ball into the box there, Tino. I'm not going to blame him for doing that.
No, not at all.
You've got to have runners. Again, you've got to have these players that are committing into the box. But it was a little bit of a bad ball, I thought, from Barnes to get him in. And he was a little bit behind him, and he had to check his run. And then he put the ball into a blind spot. But again, nobody running onto it to even contest it, and easily cleared. Ball's back in play, and the edge of our 18-yard box. It's now out to the left-back position. Lewis Hall's played a lovely ball up towards Anthony Gordon.
And gets a corner with
and gets a corner. Great ball from Lewis Hall to Anthony Gordon. Causes a little bit of confusion between the centre-half Chalobah, which I said he's a weak link. And Lacroix then doesn't know whether to come for it or not. Henderson had committed himself, completely misses the ball, but luckily it goes out for a corner, having been mopped up by Lacroix in the end. But they're very sloppy play. Corner for Newcastle. Comes in from Gordon towards the near post. Gets a head onto it, but again it gets cleared. Chalobah seems to bring the ball away now.
Oh, Lewis Hall.
Referee's asking for a foul, but he's saying play on. Jockey, as Chris says.
Jockey.
The ball gets won by Newcastle. Picks the ball up, and it's Gordon looks up and he's looking for an option. Bruno runs past him into the box. Tonali out to J7.
J7, come on.
J7 looking for runners. Willett goes behind him. Plays it all the way back to Tonali. Tonali to Hall. Back to Tonali. Tonali's now hugging the wing. He's looking for the run, and nobody runs. And that's the problem when you've got players with brains and players around you with no brains, because they just want to stand still. For God's sake, It's a simple ball to give and go. Willock on his bloody heels. Yeah. Honest to God, what chance have you got? Back to Pope. Burn. Burn looks to get a little bit of an issue. He plays the ball down the line. And it's a bit of a tussle to
good nod
from Hall. Better from J7 and Willock. Willock having a run at Lacroix. Lacroix at the edge of the box. He's looking up, plays it into Tonali. Tonali looks to run towards the box, plays it back out to Willock, tries to give it back to Tonali. He knocks the ball into the box, but it's cleared easily by, I don't know who that was, but it's, again, I think it was Lerma at the back stick. So it's come all the way out to Shaw. Shaw out to Barnes. Barnes looks up and Tino's in front of him. He plays it inside, into the inside position. Gordon's just in front of him. He gets the foul here, I think. Yeah, he does. Barnes just gets tapped on the...
Gordon had got free there and he had the shot on.
Yeah. But I think because everybody was expecting the referee to... That was a bit of a challenge by Lerma, to be fair. Nowhere near the ball. Certainly deserving of a talking to. Referee's been pretty lenient today, but there hasn't been much nastiness, if I'm honest. So again, Louis Saul and Anthony Gordon over the ball. You know what? From here, I would just say, have a go. I'd say to Louis Saul, have a go, mate. Just see what you can do.
Yeah.
There's two in the wall in front of him. Load of space for the keeper to go and have a look at. Bring somebody in. I mean, seriously, are they actually marking the post there? He plays a little. Oh, come on, get into the box. Get in! Get in! And to be fair, that was the first time, and it was well played actually.
That was from the training ground.
That was well played because that was a definite a training ground jobby.
Yeah.
Gordon runs over the ball and he carries on his run. He plays it in towards Tonali. He gives it. I mean, it's an own goal, if I'm honest. He gives it Tonali. Tonali then in central on the edge of the 6-yard box plays it back towards the goal line, towards Gordon. Gordon then just drills it across the about 2 yards out into the 6-yard box. Comes off a defender and it's a goal. And the lads in, as I can see, they've broken the boarding around the it's that bad this game is. All the fans have broken through the hoarding and fallen over. I hope everybody's okay. Yeah, it's definitely an own goal, isn't it? But well done. That's the best bit of excitement. I mean, that's what I said. I couldn't see where the ball was. There was so many bodies in the box, and it was such a delayed reaction for everybody to go, yes, come on, we've scored. Hence, you didn't get a reaction from me. But yes, 1-0 to Newcastle. I think it was Lerma that actually got the final touch. Just trying to see.
I haven't spotted it yet. Well, they've only shown it the once.
So it could be Gaia, you know. But the hoarding went over anyway. Yeah, it was Gaia, Mark Gaia, who got the final touch on the ball. So that's a prominent thing, isn't it? Yeah, Gaia with the own goal on 54 minutes.
Yeah, so that's one counts for us when he comes in January.
When he comes in, say thank you very much.
That'll be one for quizzes in years to come. How many goals did Gaye score for Newcastle in 24-25 season? Yeah.
A little bit of help over the top there from Crystal Palace. Eze looked like he was miles offside, but he was. Hence, I didn't really get into... Oh, mind saying that. It did look close, that, but now I've seen the replay.
Closer than I thought it was first time,
yeah,
certainly.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm not so sure about that one either, Liney. Anyway, Hall back towards J7. Again, Hall making himself available on that inside left position. Fights 3 players off and he still manages to somehow get J7 to Hall again too close. And you're going to create, I'm going to say that's exactly what will happen. You've drawn 3 players, pass the ball. Just get rid of the ball now. You've drawn the players on. There's got to be place.
By the way, I will just say it today. and not just today, on a couple of occasions now, J7 has shown some fantastic footwork. With his little drags back
But
with his heels and things.
yeah, I must admit, I often say, like, for me, J7's not the technical player. Because he's a big lad. He likes he
Yeah,
always looks a
he
little
likes
bit.
the rough and tumble, but he's got a
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
got a touch on him as well.
Yeah, he seems to, like I say, he seems to have worked really hard on the control of the ball, to be fair. So, anyway, the ball comes back towards Henderson. Henderson screws up the ball a little bit. It comes out to Gay. Gay is looking for Mitchell. Mitchell literally on the left back position, in line with the penalty area, and it's a deflection out. So, good pressing from Newcastle to force the throw in. And finally, we get a little bit of decent play and we get a goal off it. And it was, again, well worked. Obviously, a training ground routine that did really well from the free kick. Oh. Little head
Newcastle up
on
to
from
7th
Mateta.
now.
And he's been muscled out a little bit there. So looking for the ball onto Tonali. Tonali tried to play Willock in straight away there, but unfortunately it was deflected out for a isn't it funny what a goal does? Look, everybody looks buoyant now. Everybody looks upbeat, and straight away Tonali's looking to get in behind and create other opportunities. So should open the door for a lot more opportunities here if we continue this form. Oh, that's what you don't want there, J7. J7's just lost the ball out. It's come out to Mateta. Mateta then plays it to
Foul.
Bruno. Bruno, you'll be lucky not to get a card there on Lerma. Yeah, he's saying no more Bruno. That is your shout. Free kick to Crystal Palace. Look at the Castle fans.
Army.
Yeah, all singing the hearts out now. Singing a lot more than they were at the first half, anyway.
Not off.
Anyway, free kick just on the edge of the centre circle. All goes out to Chalobah. Chalobah then plays it back to Mitchell. I thought Mitchell had put himself under a bit of problems there, looking for the line ball. And Gay's playing as a left winger as we speak. And he was tackled by Tino, sorry. Plays it into Eze. Eze looking to try and do something. And again, just plays a little bit of a trick. That's a good ball towards the back stick. 3-on-3 at the time there. And everybody just stood still. Plays it back towards Will Hughes. Will Hughes has a shot on goal. Everybody's shouting for a handball here. And Fabian Shaw's looking at the referee and saying, "Excuse me, where am I? What is it?" The arm looked close to his side, to his chest, to be fair. I'm not sure anything's been looking at it. Yeah, I'm just having a look at the replay here to see if I can see anything. Ball comes back. And Will Hughes has a shot. And yeah, to be fair, his arms are at his side. You can't give a penalty for that. He's nowhere near his that a penalty.
Not extended at all. Here we go.
Just come off his elbow point of view, but like I say, ball gets played short. Will Hughes to Eze on the edge of the box. Eze's looking to take Gordon on. He's right in the corner. Will Hughes floats the ball then into the box. Free header on the edge of the box by Lerma. It's easily cleared. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell on the halfway line. Plays it long again, trying to look for the runners. But again, really poor header out by Fabian Shaw. Out to Lacroix. Back to Mitchell. Lacroix. To Gay now, who's just come back onto the halfway line. He's being pressed by Bruno. Turns him round and he makes him play all the way back to Henderson. Well done, Bruno.
So now Gay's playing in the centre of the three and Lacroix's gone to the left.
Yeah, they're just trying to get Mitchell a bit further down the field, I think, to again, it's this overloading that they do. And Wilson and Asula having a chat in the dugout there, having a laugh. Again, it's amazing. It's how a goal changes the way you feel. Munoz has had he's checking to make sure he's still got two, so you can imagine where he's had a smack. He gets back to his feet and he's wincing a little bit. Oh yeah, ball got tapped straight in between his legs. Still not upright. He's still wincing. Ball on the halfway line. Plays it inside to Gordon. Gordon taps it into Bruno. Bruno plays it over the top to Willock, but it's just a bit too straight. And it's gone all the way through to Henderson. Nice thought. It's just a shame it hasn't quite come off, but it was good thought process to try and get in behind them again. Henderson goes long. Looking for Mateta. Seen nothing from Mateta at all day, to be fair. Tino. Got Eze for company. He goes wide. Eze's giving up, as he always does. Oh, Mitchell. Megs Mitchell. He carries on going to Gay. Gay just takes it off him and he plays it square to Lacroix. Lacroix plays a good ball into Lerma. Lerma then just gets shouldered off by Dan Burn. Free kick to Crystal Palace within the 62nd minute. And it's Crystal Palace Newcastle 1. And we're off again. Gay down the line to Mitchell. Mitchell back to Gay. Gay goes long again. Wide open in the middle of the park here. And there's a deflection. Comes to the back post and he's hit the post.
Hit the post. Wow.
Oh my God. Where's the defending? That is a long ball punted down the middle.
They're giving a throw in there, so it must be a Pope save.
So Dan Burn goes with Mateta.
Oh, it's Dan Burn. Dan Burn.
So he's wide open in the middle, but it's Hall who gets the tackle in.
Watch this Burn save. Because that was straight in.
Oh, it was, yeah. But Lewis Hall recovered there. Gets the tackle in really well. It comes to the back post.
I thought
and
he
Dan
did the
Burn
post,
throws.
but it was actually Dan Burn. Brilliant.
Yeah, I know I did. Well done. But that was awful defending, mate, wasn't it? Saul was wide open in the middle again. Really crazy defending. Again, this is what I said about having players that just run away from the danger zone. The ball's broken to Gordon. Gordon's looking to take on, but he's lost the ball. We had an overload of 3-on-2 there. Ball's back again now with Lerma. Lerma runs towards the box. He plays it square to Eze. Eze's looking to get a yard so he can take a shot, but he does get dispossessed.
Come on.
Comes to Hughes, who has a shot, but it gets deflected out for a corner.
Tonali
was unlucky because Gordon then we could if Gordon had played Willock in and then just given and carried on his run, we had a 3-on-2 there, and that's a real bad shame.
Incidentally, I've just been having a look. The last time Newcastle took the lead and got beat was Milan at home. That was 13th of December last year. So it's almost a year since we've ever taken the lead and got beat.
Corner was by Eze. It was cleared by Dan Burn. And Will Hughes played it to Eze again. But
go on, son.
Go on. Oh, they've, again, trying to... Well, that's a foul ball. Willock on Hughes. That's going to be the first yellow card, surely. You can't come in behind players there. Like you used to be able to. Great header from Dan Burn now on the corner. It came out to Eze, who again gets charged down by Willock. Will Hughes is under pressure from Gordon. It comes all the way to Mitchell. There's a little bit of I'm not sure what to do with this. And then all of a sudden, Willock just dives in and luckily goes through Hughes' legs rather than into his legs. Oh, this is the young lad who scored. Eze's coming off after 65 minutes. So he's had his run out, and that, I can't think of his name now. Begins with a D, doesn't it?
It says Palace we're talking about.
Yeah, it's going to come. Devney. There you go. Devney's coming on for Eze.
Devney.
Not sure. I'm not sure I'm going to remember that, but I'll try my best. Devney, whatever, however you say it. Sounds like Rodney. Ball comes in from Will Hughes. It gets headed out again by Dan Burn. Gordon comes back to pick up the loose pieces. Shaw goes long up towards Willock. Willock out to Bruno. Bruno plays it to Barnes. Willock overlaps and goes on the inside. But Barnes stops
Why didn't he just, Willock made the run.
Yeah. Barnes, stop.
He
And
just
that's
had
what he
the
does.
first time.
Just give it over the top. Just jink it over the top.
Yeah.
Tino plays it inside to Bruno. Bruno looks up and he plays it all the way back to Byrne. Byrne out to Hall. Hall up to J7. And again, Hall says, I'm here if you want me. J7 tries a low ball into the box. Byrne then picks the pocket of Mateta. Misses the ball. Tonali now. He loses the ball on the halfway line. We've got a little bit of a overload, but Tonali gets up and he runs back. Well done, Tonali. Plays the ball back to Lerma. Lerma to Hughes.
Come on,
Looking for
Bruno.
support. Comes out towards the car. Then it's shot and it's deflected out from Lerma. And it's deflected. I don't know who closed the ball down. Then I'm going to have a quick look at the replay. But again, well done to it was Tino who lost the ball in the middle. Tonali then made the recovery run and got back. And it looked like it got deflected off Lewis Hall in the end, I think. Oh, it wasn't. It was Tonali. Well done, Tonali, again, for closing the shot down. Corner comes in, and it goes all the way through to the back post. Gahey to pick it up. It comes out to Lewis Hall. To Will Hughes. He's the only one I can spot easily, if I'm honest with you, on the park.
Blonde hair.
Yeah. Out from Sars. Again, we've got and Lerma goes wide and we lose the ball again. Bruno again tries to run out with the ball and he gets to the floor and Munoz looks up and goes, I didn't touch him, ref. Well, we all know that feeling. Must be so frustrating to play against Bruno because you've only got to touch him when he's down, haven't you? Draws so many fouls.
It's an art.
He does. He draws so many fouls. It's mental. Shaw now on the edge of the box. Again, happy to run forward. They've had 10 attempts to our 1. Shoot 2 shots on target to our 0. And yet we 1-0 up. How funny games are.
That's football, folks.
Yeah. Henderson goes long. He's looking for a mistake from J7, who does well to hook it back up over the top. Bruno runs in deep. He beats Will Hughes to the ball. He's got Willock on the outside of him, Tonali inside of him. Willock now on towards the box. Gordon tries a late run, but again, we're just keeping the ball. J7 down the line to Willock.
Nice.
Willock inside.
Nice.
To Bruno. Cross to the centre of the box. And Mitchell just gets a glance on it. Comes out to Barnes. Barnes turns. Heads towards the box. He brings it back to Tino. Tino to Bruno. Bruno tries to bring Barnes back into the centre. But it was a really poor ball. And it was... again, Burns did really well there to challenge Mitchell, and he keeps the ball in.
And well done, Tonali.
Tonali then gets back to dispossess Mateta. Mateta's been awful.
Man on.
Hall turns, plays it down the line. Great spot, that is. Willock. Willock turns, just tries to poke the ball towards J7. Bit of a dodgy ball. It is so poor. It's unreal. Here we go again. So Munoz plays it to Mitchell. He goes to... it's that Devon, isn't it? They look the bloody same from here on this screen. So Dan Burn over his own ball for the corner. So the Crystal Palace fans are now all up and saying, well done, team. Having a go. Mitchell looks absolutely wrecked in the 70th minute. We're still 1-0 to the good at Selhurst Park. Corner comes in. It's an outswinger this time towards the edge of the 6-yard box. And Mark Gahey gets a free head on it just over the bar.
We'll put that down as another one for us.
Yep. Only 7 yards out, just couldn't get it on target. But again, I'll look at the marking. Free header, mate, wasn't it? Not a single player anywhere near him.
No.
So, very poor. Hope it goes long. He's aiming towards J7. It goes more towards Gordon. Gordon gets the flick on. It goes all the way back from Lacroix to Henderson. Henderson puts it on the floor and he goes long. He goes towards the halfway line. Dan Burn seems to misread the flight there, but again, Lewis Hall in the air. He has been outstanding. It looked like he was fell there. Tonali tries to get back,
Well
and then
done, no.
Lewis Hall picks it up, runs past the player. He gets barged to
I
the
thought
side.
he might have got a free kick for
And there's a
that.
player. I thought that was a chance there. What a tackle that was! That J7 on that tackle or Shaw?
No, it was Shea.
Superb, fabulous tackle. He was just ready to put his laces through that. I think that was Saw. Just literally on the verge of shooting and gets a shot on Saw. Yeah, Gay into Devney, and again it's cleared. Gordon on the run.
Whoa!
Oh, Henderson! Hey, you're no better than Pope. See, what a slice that was. I mean, honest to God, I would have been happy with my sand wedge doing that. Never mind my foot. That was a classic slice. Pushka. In actual fact, can I just say, that was the first clearance I've seen that went further backwards than it did forward. Anyway, throw in. It's to Tino.
Nice.
Tino then plays it down the line, and we've got a bit of a catch on Barnsley's foot. And again, it's out for a throw into Newcastle.
Half a limp as he was walking away there.
Yeah. Throw into Bruno. Bruno turns. He's looking for some support. He goes centrally towards Burn. Burn out to Hall. Hall looks to give, and he just literally plays it in on the outside to J7. J7 back to Tonali. Tonali gives it to Burn. Shaw plays a little ball over the top for somebody to run onto, but Barnes just slipped as he was looking for the run, and possession goes all the way to Henderson. Henderson to Lacroix. Hughes back to Lacroix. Plays the ball on the inside, and Tonali gets a toe on that, and it goes out for a Palace throw. Munoz is asking to get forward. He's saying, come on. But he throws it back to Chalobah, back to Hughes. Into the centre circle we go. Devney overtouches the ball, and it's a simple gift to Shaw. Oh, Barnes, what are you playing there? Jesus Christ. You can't even play a ball down the line, for God's sake. Gaye. He plays it into the centre to Lacroix. Lacroix looks up. He's looking for Munoz. Munoz plays it inside to Lerma. Lerma plays a great ball into Saw. Saw turns and has a shot. Save. It's a great save at the near post from Nick Pope in the 74th minute. Again, it was just some simple play. Goes wide and then straight away cuts us. I mean, again, we've got four players all narrow there, and he seems to just find that pocket of space. That was easy for him to slot in. So corner to Crystal Palace. Devney plays it towards the near post. There's a flick on. It comes into Mateta, who plays it over the top of the bar. Wow, on the 6-yard bar. There's literally
not even on the 6-yard bar, on the 1-yard bar.
There was a spin on. Literally, he's marking Pope. Gaye plays the ball down. It jumps back towards the 6-yard line, and he just turns and spins, and he puts it over the bar. Mateta's had an absolute awful game today, to be fair.
We may be winning, but we are god awful. No
here we go. We've got a few coming on now. Oh, the Lungy's coming on as well. Who's Lungy coming on for? We got Gordon's coming off for Wilson up top. So that's 1 for 1. He's not doing great, to be fair. So Wilson's on there now, obviously going through the middle. And Willock has gone off. So looks like Longstaff is going to play on the right, and whoever, either Tonali or Bruno, who both play left side of centre for their respective international clubs, have gone onto the left-hand side.
Goes on the right.
Well, no, I think J7 is going to stay left
But
wing.
he's not there. Obviously, Willock's not there now, so.
Well, yeah, but we've got nobody else on the park that will go there. Have we?
Well, I
Is
think
that Willock's gone off?
I might have been tempted to put Barnes on the left and J7 on the right.
Well, I mean, there's still an opportunity to do that. Oof. Will use and Bruno was 50-50 there, and it just comes off.
Tonali. I don't know what Tonali was thinking about there.
He's just chasing the ball down into the wing. Mitchell now. Mitchell plays into Lerma. Lerma to Gay. Gay looks and just dinks the ball over the top. But
Straight to Pope.
Munoz was trying to get in on the angle, and that's the runs that I was asking us to do. What Munoz does then is just come in on the angle, and it was just a curved ball towards the back stick that just got too much curve on it and pace, and it comes all the way through to Pope. Anyway, Barnes to Wilson. Wilson then looks for the top of the ball over the top by Bruno. Back to Barnes. Now say Barnes has got to be offside because you carried on running, son. 14 attempts by Crystal Palace.
14 attempts, 3 on target. We've had 1 attempt.
No, not on target.
None on target.
You know what you were saying on Thursday about sometimes, when your luck's against you, doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah, and this is the position Crystal Palace are in that we've been in so often. When you're down there among the dead men, nothing goes for you.
We've got Nketiah now. He's on the field. So they've gone 2 up top I would have thought now. Will Hughes has gone off. So they've lost another central midfielder. So let's see. It's probably going to be 4-on-4 at the back here if we ain't careful. They certainly have to watch this now, because they will just lump balls down to the middle for Mateta.
Well, I'm not
to get
bothered about that because I'm quite happy that BDB will fend off any high balls they send around.
So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes now. Tino. Oh, that's a poor ball, Tino. Lerma again goes straight down to the middle. He's had a look offside, so tried to deflect it into the path of Munoz, but it was a little bit too slight, and it goes all the way through to Pope. Pope out to Hall. Hall goes long, and he's looking for a run. Is that Tonali? Wow. Tonali had a cracking run there, but it's not. It's Wilson. Sorry, this screen is so bad. So even Wilson looks like Tonali on this screen. Back anyway from Gay. Gay looks up. He goes square onto Chalobah. Chalobah then looks up and he plays the ball down to Lerma. Oh, sorry, it was Nketiah. Back to Lerma.
Go on, son.
Let it run. Harvey Barnes just had a chance to nick it away from Lerma then. Well, now it's Tonali out to Barnes.
No, he's
Barnes
got go.
Grass to run. Tino
that's a good
runs
ball.
On the overlap of him. That's a really good ball. Plays into the corner. He needs some support though, boys.
No,
and Lacroix then just sees him out for a throw-in.
It's our time.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Time for the Dark Arts to make a reappearance.
But look, Tino picked that ball up there in line with his back, and he was the furthest forward. And that's what drives you mad at times. If he can do it, surely other players recognise that, and they can do it. That was really poor again from Bruno. To be fair, he got a throw in from Tino on the byline, on the edge of the byline, and he's chested, and because it was going out for a goal kick, he's just kicked it out. But we've got the ball back anyway. But again, these aren't great players, to be fair, that have come on the field. We know Nketiah can score goals if you give him a chance.
They've got to be sinners. He does get into position, but
yeah, really nice play that from Tino. A little bit of a skill set there.
Oh, and Bruno gets into that foul. What a surprise!
Yeah, a bit of shithousery from Bruno there, I think. And to be fair, he was fouled.
No,
that one was a defo foul by Nketiah, I think.
That's well done.
Worst performance for a very long time, considering the opposition.
And Brandt is saying quite right. They're not playing a low block anymore, and we look worse.
We look worse. Yeah, it's true. I don't know what it is at the minute. We just don't seem to be getting anything. Hall plays the ball into the middle, goes all the way to the back stick, and there's 2 Crystal Palace players. Actually,
come on.
I mean, there wasn't a Newcastle player anywhere near that challenge. And
What price, Callum Wilson?
Yeah. I mean, Fabian Schär and Wilson having a chat towards each other. Tonali's gone out to take the corner kick. Come on, Tonali. Let's get an assist, mate, off the corner.
Score from my second corner of the season.
Yeah. Tonali floats it in. Good corner, actually.
Oh!
That was unlucky. That was really unlucky. Just off the head of Shaw from Henderson there. Quality corner from Tonali, to be fair. No, he wasn't. It was the defender. It was Chalobah, I think, who got the final touch on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
But
Really
Wilson
good defensive
Wilson
header.
was right there for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Ball comes in, goes towards the back stick again. Now, where the hell is that headed? It's like, and he's always given a foul. That didn't look like a foul to me on Lerma.
That should have been a corner, that to me.
Yeah. I don't know where that was a foul, to be fair. I thought Lerma just misdirected his head under a little bit of pressure. Really poor officiating as per normal. Good header back. And Tonali picks the ball up. He headers towards Barnes. Barnes tries to... Again, it's just hoofed away from the back line, and it's gone all the way out for a throw-in from Chalobah. I mean, it's awful. It's awful play when you're 1-0 down and you're trying to get hold of the ball. It's just hoof it. And it must be soul-destroying. It really must, as a supporter. That is just awful play.
I cannot disagree with you, V for Vendetta. Eddie Howe and a holiday camp are overpaid footballers. If you'd been in a coma and woke up, you would think Steve Bruce was still in charge. Awful
Ball
football.
into the middle.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that.
Byrne heads it. Shaw. Tino. Tino plays it inside to Tonali, who tries to play the ball up the line but doesn't. Gets a couple of deflections. Wilson now tussling.
Go on, son.
Wilson gets the head of him. He plays it inside and he's looking up.
Come on, give him it, man.
Longstaff out to Barnes. Barnes plays a ball on the inside channel.
Yeah, it was a good ball. It was a good ball.
It was, but I mean, again,
never read it.
Tino went wide to keep the width, but Barnes tried to play a ball into the penalty box, and he just wasn't read by anybody. Byrne gets underneath it. Tino gets a clobbering from the side there again from Nketiah. He's been on the field only a few minutes, and it's he's made a couple of fouls, to be fair. I thought Tino's played really well, to be fair. I thought Tino has played really well today. Really one of the highlights of the team today, to be fair. Again, in an Imman Hall. Another change to the team. I don't know who's doing what now. Who's coming on? Oh, Schlupp has come on, and I think Chalobah's gone off. So they've probably gone to a back four now. Crystal Palace. Schlupp's come into the middle. So let's see if this interrupts. Bruno now wins the ball back. Tonali again, Bruno far too close to each other, weren't they? And like I say, when the ball then just spills out, because they were so close to the same area, there's wide open space in the middle of the park. Luckily, the referee has given a free kick there. Lewis Hall and Tonali over the ball. Just looking at what to do here. Tonali's, hey, mamma, he's a too close.
Mamma mia.
Come on. Let's have the sauce from the spaghetti. Tonali leaves it to Hall. Hall floated towards the back stick. Headed out for a corner. Again, them crosses are brilliant.
Now,
I must admit,
take this corner? Tonali,
those floated crosses in no man's land. Really good crosses from Lewis Hall.
Gordon Hall.
No, it's Lewis Hall. Like I say, he's played some really good football, to be fair, today.
Oh, he's the man of the match again for me by a mile.
I mean, there was no challenge on that ball because it was such a quality ball. They had to clear it. Hall throws the ball to the back stick. Two players then go up for the ball. J7 plays
Straight
it
back
back
in. Straight back in.
to Longstaff. Longstaff to J7. J7 looks to support, plays it down the line. And there's a bit of a Bruno gets a little bit of a tussle with the player, kicks it off the ball off a Crystal Palace player for another corner to
And
Newcastle.
his normal G'ing up of the crowd.
Yeah. Well, like I say, keep them pending. You know, you never know. You just got this is Tonali's side, isn't it? Yeah, Tonali comes over to in swing again. Again, the last one was a quality cross just off the head of Shaw. Good defending, to be fair, from Chalobah. Ball comes in again. Great cross again. Just a great header clear again from Crystal Palace. Ball comes to Hall, who passes straight away to Tonali. Tonali looks it back in towards Wilson, and Wilson was just
corner.
hoping the ball was going to go over the top. He was cleared on, but Mateta just gets his head on it with his defensive duties, and he heads it clear for another corner.
Ball, Tonali.
Superb ball, that was Tonali. Over the top. He got him in all sorts of trouble then. And I thought it was going to be Wilson that was going to bang one of his 10 that you keep promising us win. Yeah, I'm sure that's what he was hoping for. He was hoping for that half a chance to have a go on goal. Hall gets it in, right into the middle of the box. Henderson comes out and gets a hand to it. Hall, I think that was Longstaff. Longstaff to Tonali. Tonali to Hall. Tonali then goes for a run on the outside. Lewis Hall looks to come inside. He plays it back to Tino. Tino to
Hall playing
Hall.
Right wing now.
Yeah. To Tonali. He goes for it again. Tonali plays a little jink down the line, and I'm sure that's a free kick, referee. They've played on. No, they have come back for a free kick. He got his toes trod on terribly there. And that's got to be a yellow card. Thank you very much, referee.
And well done, Hall, not playing the advantage, just saying,
we'll take that.
Clock down. We'll have a free kick here.
I mean, that'll do me. It was lovely, like I say, Tonali had seen the run of Hall, played it down the line, just jinked it over the player. And then if the player comes right over the top of him, Mitchell stands on the top of his foot. Yeah. And that's a definite foul, and it's a definite yellow card.
And Hall had a bird's eye view of that, of course, when he was running past. That was why
I don't know who else had got a yellow card then, but somebody he's put the yellow card up again. I don't know who that was.
Could that have been for Hall saying he wanted the yellow card?
Oh, I don't know. Possible. I don't know. He's just literally pointed to a number of players there, the referee, and he's just put his card up. So whether that was just to reconfirm that was Mitchell getting the yellow card, I'm not sure. Anyway, Lewis Hall to do an in-swinger from this right-hand side. His delivery has been outstanding, to be fair. Plays the ball in again. Great cross. Unfortunately, not great attacking, but J7 tries to get something back. Again, Devaney brings the ball out. He plays it inside. Bruno takes the ball off him. Again, cleared, panicking by Crystal Palace to the halfway line for another throw into Newcastle. Again, they've all these changes that they've made. They look all over the shop now. They've gone really top heavy up front, and it's really upset the balance. They had a lot more attacking threat when there was few of them, rather than the many, and it just proves sometimes it can be a disadvantage to go too top heavy. Mitchell throws it back. Oh, God. Wilson's got a yellow card now for trying to knock the ball out of Mitchell's hand while the throwing was being taken. Silly yellow card. Mitchell throws the ball down the line to Nketiah. Nketiah tried to take on Tonali. Tonali's having nothing of it, and he gets the deflection of Nketiah, and it's a Newcastle throw-in. So we're into the 90th minute, and we are still 1-0 to the good. The Toon. Ball goes up, and again it gets intercepted by Mitchell. Some nice interplay towards Wilson. Gets again congested, and it gets given back to Mitchell. Mitchell plays it to Nketiah. Shaw comes across to try and get the ball. Great challenge from Fabian Shaw on Nketiah, and it's gone out for a goal kick to Newcastle. Just running the clock down now. He's just shouldered him. and it was a great bit of defending, to be fair, from Fabian Shaw. The board has come up for 5 minutes of added time, guys. We're into the 5th minute. Come on, it'll be doing, mate. And the win is a win, even though it's not been a great watch. A win is a win.
Like I say, give me shit football and 3 points. I'll take it all day long.
Hope he goes long. He's looking for J7.
Good
J7
nut.
gets the flick on towards Callum Wilson. Again, nothing coffee.
And again,
Louis
Lewis Hall
Hall.
with his head.
Yeah.
Fucking bosh.
Giving it some up towards Don Barnes. But again, he not really giving a lot to it. Wilson's just trying to close down Gay to Lacroix now. Again, this back four with Munoz and Mitchell playing fullbacks now. It was a really good interception from J7. They tried to get Munoz down the line, but he plays it up to plays it up the line there. There was a little bit of I'm not sure who it was. I think it was Lungi who just tried to play it off his right foot and go, and he just got his lines all crossed, and the ball goes out for a throw-in. It's back in play. Now on the halfway line, plays it to Lacroix, who's in the centre circle. Right. I get to the wall match reaction. After Brandt, you're coming, yeah? Ball goes into the box. Tino headers clear to Barnes on the edge of the box. Barnes brings it out. He digs it over the top, and he's looking for Lungi. Lungi then tries to play down the line. He's just trying to draw players into him to play back towards Hall. Hall plays it back to Shaw. Shaw looks up. He plays it to Tino on the right side. Draws in Mitchell. He dinks it down the path to Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes and Gay having a bit of a tussle, and Gay falls over and gets the free kick. Free kick's taken quickly. Back to Henderson. Out to Munoz. Munoz into the middle of the park to Gay. Gay runs in. Sorry, it's Lerma, not Gay. Lerma looks up and it's Mark Gay now on the outside of him. Plays it back to Lerma. Plays it square.
Dominic on the forum saying a prostate exam with a rusty cheese grater would be more enjoyable than this.
Gay plays a long ball diagonal, headed away from danger from J7, who puts his arm out wide as if to celebrate everything that he's getting. Ball comes back, played into the box. There's lots of action in and around the box now. Gay is now on the edge of the box, and he played the ball to Mitchell. Mitchell looks up, plays the ball into Nketiah, coming out of the penalty area to receive the ball. He goes out wide to Munoz. Munoz, he's got some time to look up. Drills a ball across. Again, nothing happening. Ball comes to Lacroix now. Everybody's pegged right into our penalty area. Gay plays it to the back stick. There's a goal.
Oh, fuck off.
Munoz on the back post. Oh, my God. Munoz on the back stick just coming, and I said we were all penned in.
No more than they deserve, to be fair.
And it was crazy because there's so many Crystal Palace bodies into the box. I mean, J7 comes under Hall, and he marks Hall, and unfortunately that just allowed Munoz at the back stick just to get a free header on. And all that hard work, we're into the 5th minute of the injury time. And it's just a gift. It is literally just a gamble. Let's throw it up there. And J7 just doesn't watch who's behind him. He comes, like I say, he comes close to the ball as if it's going to fall to Sarr and doesn't see the lad behind him. It's just really, really bad. All that effort that they've put in, and like I say, like you said, just deserved, I suppose. Yeah, it's truth. Anyway, we're on the attack again, and it's tried to be picked up by Tonali, who's given the foul away.
So it's back down to 10th as it stands.
Yeah.
And got to be perfectly honest and can't say we've still only had one shot on target in 90 minutes, 95 minutes.
When was that? I can't even remember that. Ball goes long again. They're looking for the winner now, Crystal Palace. Ball gets played into the box. It's a bit scrambly now, and Tonali plays it long, looking for Wilson. It's headed back towards Mark Gay. Lerma then gets challenged by Bruno. Bruno chests it down again. Outnumbered all the time in the middle of the park, but Bruno gets the free kick. It's played too soon for the referee, and it's a good job because it looked like Wilson was offside when he played the ball up to him.
Well, that's 6 minutes we've played now.
Yeah, so I said we're over the time added on,
5.
so it's up to the referee now. And there's Eddie Howe saying wait, so obviously he's happy with the point away from home. Ball goes long towards the box. Referee's making something happen here. Is it?
Got a free kick here. Oh, that's full time.
Yeah, it's full time. I wonder what was going on there because there was a bit of a face to face going on there. Obviously, there was something said right at the end. I'm not sure. There was definitely Lerma and Barnes or Shaw, was it? Having a bit of a face to face, but disappointing again, guys. If I'm honest, very, very disappointing. I'd like to try and give you something from that, but I actually can't. Don't forget, guys, to join us straight after because we've got the match reaction, and we'll send you the link if you can copy the link. Win now, guys. We have had lots of issues when it comes to the obviously you hearing us in the box. We can hear you. So if we give you the thumbs up when you phone in, if you want to come on board and give us your views on what if you've not watched it, you've listened to, which it's been a really poor game again, to be fair. If you want to give us your views and we give you the thumbs up, even though you can't hear us, just say it. And once you've had your piece, just disappear. Because obviously there has been some issues with people not hearing us, but we can hear you. So just speak and we'll go with that. Have you seen anything in the chat that we can?
No, well, a lot of idiots, but terrible up front. 16 shots from Crystal Palace to all 1. Even that didn't get a goal. Very disappointing. How is cooked? His players, his tactics, his system, his motivation. How out now? If you want to go to Europe this year, better start saving up those Sun holiday vouchers.
Oh, I've put that on. That's the wrong one.
So
yeah, it was a bad one. If I'm honest with you guys. So if you wouldn't mind going, you guys should be redirected, shouldn't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Into the chat.
Although
so if
there's nothing showing yet.
What on the
on the channel?
So but we can go to the instant match reaction, and we can go from there because, like I say, we might as well just get straight into it because that to me, again, is such a poor performance. Even there's so much people can do. Oh, Win's got offline. I don't know what's happened to Win there. So we will see you on the other one. You guys should be redirected. If not, just come online and have a look at instant match reaction. We will share on the screen in the chat the where to go from there. So until we see you again, we'll see you on the next one. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget, guys, if you wouldn't mind, just before you leave, just give us the thumbs up. Thanks for the likes and everything else. And I say, until I see you on the next one, which will be in a few seconds' time. We'll see you then. Bye-bye for now.